We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
What up, though, people? It's your boy Brandon Den, a.k.a. Detroit Kool-Aid, your credential reporter for the network. And I got my guy right here, Ball Knower. We have to come up with some type of nickname.
Man,
but for right now, it is Ball Knower Platte. It is my guy, Chris Platte, of the heavyweights, man. But probably my favorite show. No. Shout out Braylon Edwards' show. Wish up to the heavyweights, 5-7. But, yo, we're here to talk Pistons, Memphis Grizzlies tonight. And since the last time they saw us, we put some stuff out there in the EOS that we wanted to see. And I think that Jalen Duren heard that. Because that man has been on an absolute tear ever since. He's looked like a man amongst boys. And he's been out there absolutely wreaking havoc from a physicality standpoint. To the point that it doesn't matter how polished he is or isn't. And I think when he plays, like nobody can stop him. That's when you get the best Duren.
Absolutely. I mean, look, you got now, if people in Mexico think that Jalen Duren is Shaq mixed with Wilt. Like, it just was an incredible performance he had in Mexico. But even before that, in the Orlando Magic game, he did exactly what you needed him to do. He responded to the criticism with the aggression. And one of the things that I didn't bring up that you brought up that I really liked Kool-Aid was, and you nailed it, is the aggressive free throw attempts. Getting those free throw attempts up and making them at a high percentage. Jalen Duren, that is going to go a long way for his offensive confidence and allow him to do more things than just what he's doing. But at the very simple, basic root of it all, Duren, just be the demigod you are. Like, I'm going to continue to say that. Spencer says it's glazing. It's just facts. There's nobody built like that guy. And you just gotta use that sheer
Black
force.
Thor.
He's Black Thor.
Throw the hammer, bro. Pause.
He's Boar. Jalen Duren, man. Listen, I can't be more impressed with your turnaround. And as you see, it's resulting in much better Piston performances,
bro.
Not just for himself, but for Cade, for the other people. I know we're gonna get to Cade, but Jalen Duren, man, real X factor for his team.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, not even just an X factor. We need Jalen Duren to be a $30 million man.
Yeah.
That's why it was never going to be a situation where I said he's not worth it. I believe that these young players have opportunity to go out there and earn it. And we know that when you are paid these contracts, it's about what you've been as well as where the team believes you're going to be. So I do believe that Duren can be a guy that can approach that, but he's going to have to continue to consistently. It's never been about if the talent is there or not. It's been about can you go out there on a nightly basis and show this type of and have this type of an impact on a nightly basis. And you said something as well, man, that I think is very, very key. And it's about that chemistry that we see developing right now between Jalen Duren and Cade Cunningham. There are levels of comfortability. This team is going to go as far as I believe that connection of two players takes them. And we've seen that to start the season. When those guys are in foul trouble, when Duren's on the bench and it's just Cade in or whatever, their rhythm is off. Those have been the games that they've lost. But you look at the games, especially the last couple, well, you got Cade and you have Duren going out there and being more than X factors. And you talk about Jalen Duren, but being, honestly, your ones and your twos. You talk about, Tobias Harris is your two. I think that Duren is showing, as he's getting a little bit more maturity in his game, a little bit more patience in the paint, that he might be able to be one of those guys that can be depended on to be a number two. But again, that key word is going to be consistency as it relates to Jalen Duren. Now, I do want to shout out the stats for those guys against the Dallas Mavericks. 122 to 110. And you know what? This is one that kind of just everything played out in their favor. You know, no Kyrie Irving, no Anthony Davis. Those are two noted Pistons killers. But you do got Cooper Flagg. You do have Klay Thompson. You do have P.J. Washington. You got some guys on that team that do scrap and can muck things up with the Pistons. And I thought that they responded well. It's almost like they went there and they said, you know what? We're not here to get embarrassed by anybody. We're not here to get upset. And I thought that that's the way the Pistons handled things in this game against the Dallas Mavericks to the tune of Cade Cunningham, bro. 18 assists on the night. 18 assists. And did that take away from his ability to score? If you say 21 points is shabby, I guess you could say that. And it's not just that, the 3 steals, too. He's continuing to go out there and show an effort on the defensive side, not just to be in place on the guy he's defending, but they'll also go out there and take the switches, defend the bigger players, and take the challenge if necessary to guard a guy that might be hot. And then you got Jalen Duren, who went out there too, and he just did work, man.
13 of 16, man.
33 points, 10 rebounds. And it's the connection between the two of them that I continue to highlight. One of my favorite questions still that I've ever asked in a press conference centered around their pick-and-roll connection being number one, and Duren said we want to be the best. Their lob connection being number one. Duren said we want to be the best pick-and-roll connection. That's what's next for us. I think they're off to a good start.
Absolutely. I think they've turned that around, and I think that they've gotten on that similar page. I think it was a little bit of learning for Cade to navigate. There was some new defensive tactics against him. There was a new approach to Cade Cunningham this season that we didn't quite see until playoff time last year. So I don't think Cade was necessarily expecting that the first couple games. And then Duren, as we talked about, putting himself in positions. He was at one point, the first 3 games this season, he was tied for second in the NBA in fouls. He has since scaled that back tremendously. So that is a big thing, because if he can't, if he gets in foul trouble and gets taken out of games, that messes up their rhythm and their flow. And that is one of their problems, is they are one of the worst first quarter teams in the NBA. They are one of the worst first quarter teams in the NBA.
Last I heard, they were first quarter to Dallas 27-30.
I believe on that broadcast they said they were the 29th in first quarter net rating.
Who's beating them? That's insane. Because
it's got to be Brooklyn Nets. It's got to be the Brooklyn Nets. But the problem is that you can't keep digging yourself out of that hole, and I think that they're improving a lot of the things they're fixing. You still would like to see more consistent outside shooting, because that was a problem early on in the game. I mean, they were going into halftime with like 3 threes. So they need more perimeter shooting to help that connection, that chemistry. But Duren, man, he's really, really stepped up and rung the bell. Cade, and you got to give him credit too for all the knacks you have on him about turnovers and all of that. He's done very well cleaning that up and been very, very efficient with the basketball, and that's what you need. If you're not going to hit threes, you have to value possessions. You have to value every possession more so than another team.
Perfect timing here. Shout out to Pistons PR. I believe they are the best in the game. Going to the different, Pistons home games have been awesome, but going to like All-Star, Summer League, and some of the other things at NBA events, you start to realize just how together the Pistons really, really have things. And they got, I call it the best food buffet for the media in the game. Shep, shout out to Matt Shepard. He disagrees, but they put this out, Pistons PR. Tonight's Detroit Pistons game notes as they take on the Memphis Grizzlies. Cade Cunningham has a 28-1 assist-to-turnover ratio in his last 2 games, the best over a 2-game span in franchise history.
Wow.
Now, but this is the thing, though. We see this. Cade and Duren and Nassar and these guys, they're going to give you that. But what are you going to give us over a course of a season? I know that the spikes are going to be there. And that's why I was sold as the game starts. It's 11:40 left in the first. The Pistons missed their first shot attempt, and the Grizzlies now have the ball with Ja Morant back from suspension. But they're going to give you these spikes.
Yes.
Where is the consistency? Now this is the year that, when I looked at their lob connection being number 1 for the whole season, that was something I was like, you know what? They're creating an identity that I do believe will help them in this pursuit to consistently win one. We talk about now, look at what Cade and how important Cade and Duren's connection is now. So hopefully they can start this trend where they go out there and they beat up on the teams they're supposed to and really, really, really battle against the the teams that are going to be seated amongst the playoffs.
Well, look, I mean, Kool-Aid, we talked about last time, and at that time they were the 24th, almost the 27th worst team in turnovers in the NBA. Since then, they have now, again, early season.
Look at our boy, Duren.
There you go, Duren. Way to get active early. Way to get active early.
Too. That's what I'm saying. He's getting way more patient and under control.
Absolutely. Ja Morant pulls up for one. No good. Duren.
Duren just got bullied off the rebound.
Got to grab that. Got to grab that. Asar with the help.
Yep.
Eliminating the second chance. And then there's the lob you talk about right there. Cade Cunningham to Jalen Duren. The best connection in the NBA pick and roll.
Cade's defense actually stopped the early run out by the Grizzlies. 3.
But like I would say, is the turnovers. They've jumped Kool-Aid from almost 27th in the NBA, almost a bottom 3 turnover team, to now they are just 13th, right outside the top 10, decimals away from being a top 10 team and valuing the possession. And that is a key for them. if they're not going to shoot the ball well from 3 all season, they are going to need to value the rock, and that is very important.
And that's where I was going to go earlier when you spoke to them going into a half of 3 threes. You want that to be better.
Yes.
Trust me, you do. But if you can't, if you just don't got it, then you want to make sure that you're at least taking care of the ball, valuing the possessions, going hard to crash the offensive glass, and trying to get into the paint. Like I like the fact that
There was
well,
almost
here
a
it
turnover.
cost them. Are they
Looks
giving
like we
the
got a
Sar
foul,
the
yeah.
Okay, I thought they were about to
Yeah,
call
looks
offensive.
like a foul. Looks like a foul against Memphis.
So Asar now has drawn 2 fouls in this game his way.
Yes.
The first possession of the game, he got an offensive foul up on the perimeter. Because that's just the dog he is on defense, and he just drew one trying to get downhill, and that's what I was about to say. You see how quick it was? He didn't hesitate or wait. As soon as he got the ball at the three-point line, he cut. And that's what I like about what this team is doing as they're responding from a little bit of an early season slow start. You're seeing them quickly and early start to do things better and different to the point that Duren looks night and day.
Yes.
Not just like, okay, we see the marginal improvement. He went from the first 2 games, people scratching their head like 30 million what? To like, yo, man, maybe we should have gave him, some people saying if this is who he's going to be.
Maybe lock him up early.
Lock him up early.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jalen Duren.
Strong
Is that
take.
Duren again?
Yes.
Strong take. Listen, I love that little wrinkle
Point
they've
center.
added, Kool-Aid, is that the Jalen Duren the Jalen Duren, not the pick and roll, but the just go in attack in transition. Use your speed and athleticism down
Cade!
There
Let's
we
go.
go. Cade
Go,
Cunningham
they out-
attacking
off
the
and
rim.
running.
10-4, Pistons
Up and
up,
running.
9 minutes left in the first.
That is maximizing Jalen Duren's God-given strength. So
They gotta
I like
find a way to defend
them
the
doing that.
three-pointer better. They got to find a way to defend the three-pointer better, man.
They do.
10-7. They give up a
Duncan
3
Robinson
up.
action.
You see what the Grizzlies are doing? They know that they can't really match up, I believe, with the Pistons too much consistently in this game. So as soon as the Pistons score, they're not wasting any time getting the ball out the rim in out of bounds and up the court. Their last 3 possessions were like that. So
Yeah.
if the Pistons score, they're right back at them and putting pressure on their defense. And I think that that's a tactic. The Bulls did it too. And you know what it did? It got Duren in foul trouble. Because their team is going to have to be, the Pistons defensively are going to have to be ready for this tactic so you don't have Asar and Duren
Yes.
reaching or trying to block late, or even a Cade who you know is going to put forth that effort. And so I am hoping that these guys get a little bit more understanding, because when I think back to our good Pistons teams, that was something that the 04 Pistons team did well. If they scored a bucket, they're right back on defense
Yep.
quick. They're actually like, yo, we scored a bucket, and it's almost like Lindsey Hunter's just coming out the woodwork. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just here to play defense now. So it's like they're going to have to pick up that mentality, because if teams are circling you on their calendar, if they're going to bring their A game to play you every night, and they did admit that. That was one of the first questions I got to ask JB after the first game. He said, or after the first home game, he said, yes, these teams are ramping up. We can tell there's a different level of preparedness and a level of readiness that they're bringing to start the games. It's not just that the Pistons are bad in the first quarter. It's that teams know, oh, crap, it's Cade and the Pistons. So they're bringing their A game. And if the Pistons aren't ready for that type of energy and effort every single night, they're going to lose games that they shouldn't. But to start the season, we've seen them quickly really turn that around after the first couple games. Shout out to Santi Aldama. I still see him bantied about as a potential trade target for the Pistons even this year, after they didn't trade for him last trade deadline or in the offseason last year.
Yeah, I think that, ultimately that stretch 4 position, Santi hasn't proven to me that that's a mistake. But
Cade to
at the
start
same
adding-
time, I still think you see that player archetype could help this team a lot right now. They just need more help on the perimeter in terms of shooting, and that's going to make Cade and Duren's life for that pick and roll connection a lot easier. But Asar, man, off to a good start.
Yeah.
I saw somebody in the chat. I'll have to look it up, but they asked who is guarding Ja Morant, and it looks like it's Asar to start. Isaiah Stewart with a nice block there.
This is why they try
One of
to
the
move
best
fast
paint
after
protectors.
Pistons made baskets, because you see what they're doing in the half-court defense. The Pistons are able to match up, and Ja, I'm going to be honest with you. Not that there's not a lot of time left in this game for him to turn it around, but
He doesn't look right.
He does not look right. He's coming back off of suspension. We're talking about a star who at one point in time people thought was about to be the face of the league.
Yes.
And within just a few short years, we're covering All-Star, and I'm sitting there hearing people say, hey, Cade, are you the face of the league? Who's the face of the league?
Yep.
Within just a few short – Cade went from bust, oh, look at him, he's injury-prone and all of this, to, oh, Cade is just such a good leader and connector, and look at this and look at that. it's like a juxtaposition of stars. You know, as Ja Morant gets back, this guy's sitting here questioning his coach. And I heard that the reason why, you know, and I know Shams reported on this too, the reason for the suspension is because everybody was put off by it. Front office, the coaches, and his teammates were like, bro, you're going to have to, like, humble yourself just a little bit. You are our leader, but come on, bro. I am so grateful that we not only are winning, obviously that's what's most important, but that we have the right people in place leading the charge because we see sometimes winning can be artificial. We've experienced that. Would you guys call Andre Drummond a leader?
Nope.
But he was the highest paid player on the playoff team.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? Or one of them. That's what I'm saying.
Don't get me mad,
That's
Kool-Aid.
what I'm saying. But now we have a guy in Cade Cunningham who is, in my opinion, rightfully paid and a leader who is proving himself to be one of the best in the NBA.
Remember we had that discussion last time about who could be the face of the league, and we talked about, you know, Ant and, you know, of course, you know, Ja was supposed to be that guy. The reason why Cade is, you know, seen as someone that could be the face of the league for an American basketball player is because of the fact that he does have that leadership. He does have that maturity about him. Like JB said, he just cares about his family. He cares about ball. That's it. I mean, that's the reason why he's such an easy pick to be a face of the league is because he is not doing the stuff off the court to remove himself from that, you know, face of the league conversation, such as what Ja Morant has done by getting suspended and, you know, dealing with everything that he's been dealing with off the court that leads to on the court.
And when people, that's why when I do give credit to Troy Weaver for the selections of the players he did have, it's like, hold on. I get it. Cade was supposed to be the pick, but there was some people and there was a lot of discourse around that time of Jalen Green should be the guy or even Evan Mobley.
Right.
It's like, I'm like, man, where's all this revisionist history coming from? Even Jaden Ivey. There was a lot of people who wanted other players, you know, and Jalen Duren wasn't on no Pistons fans' radar. Not as it relates to a pick we were going to have. We were the ones yelling from the mountaintops, Troy Weaver trades back into the first round to get another first. He did that like 3 times in his tenure here. And he did that and got Duren. Like, and to be able to get the players that you know, they're just gym rats. Like, what's your extracurricular? Like if there's a crime in life that you commit, what is it? A crime against rest, because all I do is ball. Like, that's what Asar said. They asked him, like, bro, what do you do in your free time? And he glitched up because they asked him, like, so what do you do in life? Yeah, you know, I go for practice and I go home and I just, you know, maybe eat something real quick. And then I get my shoes on and I go to the park. And we're like, what are you doing there? Like, ball. So then what do you do in your free time? He's like,
Or it's that, or, you know, I play the game and
that's what I'm saying, but that's
and then
that's
after that,
guys
I go to
all
sleep,
are.
rinse and repeat. That's what it is. I mean,
and you
that's
know
what this team is built around.
On the
Shout out.
TV. You know, she's friend of the show.
Friend of the show. Friend of the show for sure. I wanted to say when it came to that part too about the whole the leadership part of it with Cade Cunningham, it harkens back to this conversation that Duncan Robinson had on a podcast. I wish I could remember which podcast it was. It was right before the season started, where he said, "I've never been around so many young players that want to be great and that are committed to being great, and that's all they care about." And you know, it's nice when you hear a guy coming from Heat culture, the best culture in basketball, to speak so highly of these young guys, of not just one of these young guys, a few of these young guys. He said all of them. He included Sasser in that conversation. Yeah, like he's completely bought in on this on these young guys, and it means a lot when you hear the vets say something like that. So right now it's a tie game. Jaren Jackson Jr. pulls up a 3. Duncan Robinson, the vet, with a rebound.
Yeah, and the Grizzlies are not talentless. Like, I know that the season hasn't started the way that their fans probably want, but the Grizzlies they got a lot of talent on this squad. They got, you know, obviously superstar level talent in Ja Morant. If he can figure some things out this year, because it's off to that weird start. And then Triple J is somebody I've wanted in a Pistons jersey for a long time. He was one of those guys. I was like, even well before like the Booker craze, it was like if there's any way you can get him in there, just find a way to do it because of how dynamic he is on both ends of the court. So they got some talent. They got scrappy guys. You see him fighting here and dogging here right now, and they get this takeaway. They get a chance to take the lead, but the Grizzlies turn it over too. Still
not valuing the basketball.
Who was that? Karis LeVert with the steal? Yeah.
Yes. And, wow, what a finish.
Who's that? Holland?
Good finish by
that had
Ron.
to be Ron, yeah.
He's someone who's going to have to step up with no Tobias, by the way. No Tobias, ankle injury, right?
Yep.
Ankle injury out. You got to look for a guy like Ron Holland to give you a lot of energy.
Come on,
And
dog.
he did right there. Pull up. Deep three.
You know what I liked about their defense? Earlier in the season, they were playing more of a zone with man principles. There, they was just straight up man. Just
Duncan
straight up
Robinson
man.
blows past him. Oh, my goodness.
18-14, Pistons are up in the first quarter as they go to a
Sneaky
timeout.
athletic.
4:29 left in the first. I like what they're doing here. And this is why you're going to see Memphis and other teams try to continue to test the Pistons, because you see how quickly they can turn defense into offense.
Absolutely.
That's the whole thing. So the Pistons have to be on it every single play. This is a thing where last year they tried to start the season that way. And when they finally got their rhythm after like an 0-5 start, and they found themselves in play-in and then eventually playoff positioning early in the season, Cade said it was because they knew that they were going to be able to take advantage of the fact that there's a lot of teams that sleepwalk through this thing. They can't lose that fire and become one of the teams that sleepwalk. That's the whole component. So if they're not giving that Detroit effort, that stuff where we could look at some of the great Detroit teams, and you know, it's not like anyone can say, well, that's unfair because they had that superstar this or superstar that. They didn't. They just had a will that was going to snuff you out. That was just how it was. Like the stuff that we hear Dan Campbell talking about, like that whole drag him into the deep, dark abyss, that was the 04 Pistons defense.
Absolutely.
But it was a mindset and a mentality. They had players that they had brought together off the scrap heap. Who was talking about realistically Lindsey Hunter outside of Detroit? Realistically. Like Corliss Williamson, people thought he was a guy that didn't quite reach the levels that his potential once said he would be. Like this was a band of Mike
Ben
James,
Wallace,
who-
Chauncey,
Ben Wallace,
even the starters.
talk about it.
Rashid.
That's,
Like Tayshaun had questions about him. Rip
Yeah.
had questions about him. Literally every single guy you go down the list.
so it put them in a position where they had to go out there every single night and play all out. And that's,
prove it, yeah.
That's the whole going to work mentality. And that's where this young team, what I like about them is that I do believe that they're going all out. It's just sometimes we see a little bit of their warts because they're still young.
Yeah.
The going to work team was mature.
Yes.
That Chauncey had made in Rip and these guys they had made their in like development in game mistakes.
Absolutely.
Chauncey came here in season 6. Rip, I think in season like 4 or 5. Ben had already been with the Washington Wizards. I think 3 teams. I think he was with another team before Orlando.
And that's where you,
So
that's
and
where
then
you got to give this young team credit is
Yeah.
that these young players specifically, like you talk about those Chaunceys, those Rashids, those Rips, everybody that came there, they were erasing a reputation that was previously had. They were fixing their runs. I'm so impressed by these young guys coming into this system, coming into this team, and establishing this culture, and they are, not walking around like their shit don't stink. They're just to the ground, working hard, producing the results you want to see. And I love that because, it's very difficult. They haven't technically been humbled yet. These are all young guys that most of them are top 5 picks, so for them to come in with this kind of hunger and attitude and determination is really, really speaks to the character that you highlighted, man. So I'm
Definitely.
I'm
And-
excited to see how this plays out.
Yeah, and I talked to them being consistent as I just believe another step in their development. Obviously, they've made the playoffs. They just straight up skipped play-in and made the playoffs. There's some consistency, but now you've lost your 3 vets from last year that played some really, really crucial roles for you. So now they're, again, as a young team, learning to on the fly to great defense.
Great defense.
Who was that, Karras?
Ron Holland.
With the run
Finishes
out
it home.
defense to offense quick. They were one of the top teams in the NBA last year at turning defense to offense. They have to continue to make that identity because that's a every play thing. Do you know how frustrated players get at defenders who play all out every play? They're just going to have to get there. I don't even care if your skill set, even if you can't play D. I just need you out there giving the effort.
Yep.
But you know what? Shout out to as the Pistons
Jalen
are battling
Duren, great
right
job
now in
not
the paint.
following there.
Yes.
Great job not following there.
Oh, good steal.
Oh,
That's a foul. Yep, they
okay.
call foul.
I believe he got fouled.
Is it a run out foul? Is it
Javante
free throws
Green
on
has
Pistons
been
ball?
a real bright spot in the Pistons this, since the start of the season.
Yeah, he got the belt
early
after
on.
the last game.
I mean, dude, he's just doing everything that you expect from, a Detroit Pistons player. That's exactly what you think of when you see, when you talk about the Detroit basketball and, having that grit, having that mentality. He brings that mentality every single game. He's the reason why, a lot of times their defense catches a little spark too on, the side of, Asar and Ron. And then he also has been shooting pretty good from three so far.
Ooh, what was
he
that?
slipped,
Yeah.
and when he tried to throw the
Good defense.
good defense to get
Good
back.
active hands.
Great defense.
Good
Sorry to
active
cut you
hands.
off there,
Interesting
Jeff.
that they
Nope,
took
you're
out
good.
Cade and Duren at the same time. I think they're going to try to stagger those minutes as much as possible as long as Duren stays out of
You
foul
see
trouble.
how quickly they're cutting? They're not waiting.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They're not waiting. This is what they're going to have to do all game long. I don't know if Ron Holland stepped on the baseline or not, but that's what they're going to have to do. He probably stepped on the baseline. What did they call it?
The elbow.
Gave the elbow. He didn't even have to do that.
He didn't at all.
He blew
He
right
already
by him.
beat him.
Yeah, he definitely had that bucket.
But that's
That
what
was
they have to do.
unnecessary.
Asar has made a couple buckets doing that. You saw Ron Holland could have had an assist.
That's another great defensive play by Paul Reed.
Yep.
Dog,
Paul Reed
yo,
is
their
in
half-court
here.
defense is
Active
tough.
hands. Active hands. You know, like how the Lions are punching the
Ooh,
ball out.
Karras?
The Pistons are going for punches all the time with this. 4 steals already on the game. Again, 0 for 6 from 3. That is something you have to watch. You have to start finding ways to get better looks from 3.
Hey, they said Arf. Shout out to Arf. He called us Kool-Aid and milk.
Kool-Aid and milk. I'll take it.
I like that.
I'll take it as long as it's not spoiled.
Actually, I like that.
As long as it's not spoiled.
Denver Mile High. See, you said
Kool-Aid
Kool-Aid.
and milk is
What up,
nasty,
though? What up,
though.
though?
God, can you imagine Kool-Aid and milk? That's a disgusting combo. You should be
Ja
jailed.
Morant with a nice floater. Yeah, you should be.
You should be jailed for that. Ron Holland.
I'll tell you this, though.
That's a
Man,
great move
he
by
has
Ron
such a
Holland.
knack for drawing fouls because I didn't like that ISO. I'm not gonna lie to you. I get it because of the athleticism he has, and he did just blow by Santi Aldama before that. But I mean, to make nothing out of something, man. Ron Holland gets the line very well.
Look, when we did our draft show, and I think everybody remembers the reaction. We were hoping for Chaz Lanier, and shout out to our guy Flannel.
Yes.
He crashed out pretty hard, but we were like, hold on, guys. I remember getting the crew under control. I said, guys, Ron Holland is number 9 on the big board, and the day of the draft, he had moved up into effectively my top 5.
Yep.
So he was number 6 on the board, but I knew that we weren't getting number 1 pick.
Right,
you know what
of
I mean?
course, yeah.
So we had omitted and said, okay, this is our top 5 after the number 1, and Ron Holland had moved up that day. I had heard some things, and when I just kind of went back and digested the numbers, I said, guys, if the three-point shot is the only thing that we're waiting for with Ron Holland, if he's going to hustle, give you the defense, diving on the floor, give you transition,
Reed, great
and
minutes
all
so
his
far.
stats, he could handle all of the high volume stuff. And within the three-point line, he was shooting a very good clip at high volume. That's what I liked about it, and he was getting to the free throw line. So I realized, okay, he's going to be able to operate within NBA spacing really, really well. He's going to have success with that. We see it already. Before his actual NBA offensive game has become polished, he's been able to go out there and have success and not be a liability on the offensive
Morant
side.
just baited Asar into a foul, into I believe a shooting foul. Maybe that's going to be 3 free throws. Not a good play for Asar, but I like what this team is at defensively. I love their active hands. I love what they're doing there. They just need to find ways to get cleaner looks on offense, and I think that half court help really. Cade solves all of that, but the minutes that Cade's not in, you have to get efficient minutes from Asar in this lineup here.
And let's make sure we juxtapose it. Cade, Duren out. Ja Morant's still in the game. And guess what?
Yep.
The Pistons are still holding serve. JB Bickerstaff can be somebody that, others will deem.
Ran into the wrong spot there.
Yeah,
Good move.
yeah. Or else he had a layup
Yep.
or an assist.
Okay,
Whoa,
that
Javonte
was
Green
not
for
drew,
3.
that was not drawn up that way, but that
Like
is
I
a
said,
great.
27-20.
I wanted to ask you, what did you think? So they chose to start Stu and Duren. You like that with Tobias out?
I do, actually.
I do too.
do.
I think that's
Especially
the
with his
no-brainer
improvements
move.
from behind the arc, and how vicious he's been playing in the paint. I think that it gives Jalen Duren that extra layer. Ben Wallace was already sick. But when we got Rasheed Wallace there, and 1 for is that and
It's not an and one, but he's drawing fouls.
Did they call and 1 for us?
It was. I don't think
Or
they.
Ron, I mean?
I don't think they counted the bucket.
Okay, yeah, that is on the floor.
But given to Ron Holland's point about his, the lack of 3-point shooting that we wanted to wait on the 3-point shooting. Well, so far this season, he's at a 6% increase in his 3-point percentage so far, from 24 to 30. So he's shooting 30% on the season so far to this point. That is improvement. You see his jump shot; it looks better. He's shooting it more, more often, more willingly. He looks confident when shooting it. And those are all the things that we've seen development-wise that Ron Holland has taken a step in.
And shout out, the good points by you too, Jeff. Shout out to Focus Willis in the chat. $9.99 super chat. He says, Kool-Aid, I'm fired up.
Let's go.
Pistons, let's go. They do lead 30-23, 55 seconds left in the first. Memphis has the ball with about 10 seconds left on their shot clock. And Ja Morant's looking to work. He's getting into the paint. He doesn't get the foul.
He is not getting calls.
He's not actually, man.
He is not
do
getting
get
calls.
the offensive rebound. KCP gets fouled. He's going to probably go to the line with about 42 seconds left. What were you saying, though, brother?
I just like that. I just like that Ja Morant is coming out here and look. He is visibly frustrated with the officiating already. And look, I mean, when you fall from grace like Ja Morant has in the eyes of the league, that affects the whistle. I don't think there's a reason that Ja Morant should be getting more whistles than Cade Cunningham in 2026. There should not be a reason for that. But no, I think that this team, man, KCP too. Talk about him coming to Memphis, leaving Orlando. Orlando looked bad defensively. They picked up a couple wins against Charlotte and Washington. We'll see what those teams end up being this season, but they do not look good.
Well, one thing I can tell you is this, man. Just as your defense helps your offense helps your defense. Ooh!
Ron Holland
with the chase down block.
He was ready.
Ron is on one, dog, like all the time. That's what I'm saying.
But
if Ron could
is
do
he
it,
on one
all
or
of
is he
these
just
guys can do
on?
this every night.
Is he on one or is he just on? Because
I need
I've
everybody
never seen.
like this,
He's
dog.
just
He's never off.
He's just on.
Yeah, exactly.
I've
I've never
been
seen
doing this
him off.
every single game this season.
He's
He's just
awesome.
on.
Karras.
Come on.
So this is why you get Karras.
Come on,
It's for
Karras.
isolation.
Come on. There we go.
Isolation
Let's go.
scoring like
At
that.
the shot clock buzzer, it's now 7 seconds left in the first quarter. Pistons up 32-25. Ja Morant probably going to
Great
try and
start
shoot.
to the first quarter.
I thought he was going to try and shoot a 3. Get out of here,
Sarge
bro.
just smacks
Heck,
it.
shit. There ain't no fouls, right?
Yep. So
Pistons,
Good
good
first
first
quarter.
here.
Yes.
Good
Good.
defensively.
Great.
They hold a team to just 25 in the first quarter. In this NBA, that's really good. They do put up 32 points themselves. And you know what's the key there? The good minutes while Cade and Durant were on the bench.
The
absolutely.
bench. Yep.
Those were minutes, dog, that they went, and they actually increased their lead.
And that starts with guys like Ron Holland and Paul Reed. The energy they brought defensively, the
100.
turnovers they forced, the chaos they caused, and then how about a star stepping up as being
Preach,
the
bro.
lone starter in those non-Cade minutes and what he was able to do. And Caris LeVert, a guy I have been very critical of, a guy that I have already shipped off 3 times since the season started in trades, is making me eat my words because that right there is where you got him. I didn't like it because I wanted somebody of the Tim Hardaway mold, a sharpshooting movement shooter. But Caris LeVert is more of an isolation scorer. I can get you one, and we're seeing it come in handy right now. It's been off to a slow start this season, but that was a good one. You saw it right there to close out the quarter. You need those because you just need a couple baskets and some stops in the minutes that Cade isn't there, and you're good. That's it. You're not asking for the world. You're not asking for, like what Denver is, where Denver's just like holding on for dear life when Jokic is off the court. It's all you need is a couple stops with your good defense, your very good defense that you have, and a bucket or two here or there, and that's it. And so Caris LeVert, we'll see if he can continue, but I'm fired up about that.
I am fired up, and what I love about the little wrinkles to, the Detroit Pistons offense is just how much more movement there is. Remember, there was a game where they just looked terrible, for lack of a better word, and it was about how stagnant they looked. There's been games even this season where they start off the first halves, and there was no movement. Tonight, I'm seeing when someone is starting effectively their dribble up top, Asar Thompson is surveying. As soon as that ball goes into the middle, then he cuts up. And you know what? Another wrinkle that I loved, how they're helping Cade Cunningham, because it's not just on Cade Cunningham and the players. You want to see the coaching staff go and be able to design something. And you know when it's the coaching staff, when they go to it like clockwork.
Yeah.
You know, it's almost like it's almost beyond instinctual. It's when like a team has practiced plays together. And what they keep doing, every single time they brought that double team, who'd you see step right up behind it? Asar Thompson.
Yep.
And they continued. Cade almost wouldn't even wait for the double. He would just see the two players coming and just instantly, boom. And Asar would get it, turn, and downhill instantly.
Yep.
Those types of things is what I really like about the Pistons, and it shows that the squad is dialed in.
So,
What
I
up,
have the stats right now. Pistons are, I don't know if this includes this first quarter, but they are dead last in points in the first quarter, and they are third to last in defensive rating. So, great first quarter for them. That's
Yep.
a huge
Both
improvement
ways.
there. You cannot keep digging yourself a hole.
Good defense, Ron.
That's going to really wear on you all
and
season
one.
if you do that. If you continue to put yourself behind the 8 ball each game and then have to expend all that energy and effort, you are a young team. You can do that, but it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you on the back half of the season.
It doesn't matter how young you are. It's a long season.
Absolutely.
I didn't think that was a foul, but whatever.
Yeah,
And
that might
one
have been
for
a
Ja
little bit of
Morant
that might have been a little bit
Ron.
of a makeup call there.
Yeah. Ja Morant has 6 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists tonight, so he is making and having an impact in his game. He's a good player. That's what
He
I
is.
said. The Grizzlies have talent. This is not a pushover team. I wanted to caution people. This is not one of those ones where you just roll up and say, "Oh, dub," just because they might be struggling to certain degrees to start the season. This is a
Ron
very
Holland for
talented
3.
team.
Ooh, that did not look pretty.
And Chris, you brought up a point about the first quarter, offense for the Pistons.
Yep.
ARF asked in the chat, is this the first time they won the first quarter this year? I looked it up. That is the first time the Pistons won the first quarter this year so far this
Shout
season.
out.
That is crazy.
Shout out
Yeah.
Jeezy for the fine.
Wow.
Shout
Shout out
out.
to Arf and shout out to Jeff. And you know, our booth tonight, we got Jeff in the TD booth. You guys have seen him on the other streams. But in the sound booth, we got Big Hat Brendan. What up, though, bro?
Brendan.
How we doing?
Chilling, man. Hey, I know you're passionate about the Pistons too, right? You wanted to be a part of this
Yep.
team and what we're doing here at the network, man. Just talk to me about the Pistons.
Great job, Steve.
As it's 32-30, Stewart is going to the free throw line, just got fouled in the paint. 32-30, Pistons lead with about 10:54 left in the second quarter, man. I think that one might be on Jaren Jackson too. But what up, though, Brendan?
I'm really hopeful. I definitely think we'll be better than we were last season. And I don't know. I just hope that this team can just stay together, keep this leadership going, and just grind this out. I mean, I don't know. There's things that we do need to work on for sure. But I love this team right now. I love the way we're
Who
playing.
are you most impressed with so far?
I gotta say Duren. I've been really impressed with him. I mean, I know he's gotten in foul trouble a few times now and stuff, but he's really coming out as more of a scorer this season, and I love that. We needed that.
Another turnover for Ja Morant. We didn't see turnovers on that stat line, but I know he's got a few. Ron Holland, again, not shy from 3.
There we go.
He likes the corner. The wing, that looked pretty ugly, but the corner, I think he's got it. I think I'm getting dangerously comfortable with Ron Holland shooting corner threes.
And I noticed the 3 that he shot before that one that missed kind of badly.
Yeah.
His feet were more together, and he just kind of waited there. This one, you notice his feet were a little bit more square.
Ron
a little bit more
Holland,
apart.
great basket attack.
Just took his time
It's
and
a
he
little
put
too
it
much
up.
sauce on it.
I think that's the name of the game for these
I love Ron Holland.
kids, these
Yeah.
young Pistons. It's
Man,
I think
Chris.
it's patience is key.
Yep.
Why they had to have his props locked? They locked his props as soon as Tobias was ruled out, and it was like, dang,
I was looking
coulda
at that too,
capitalized
yeah.
on that, man. And he's balling so far this game. So
He's balling.
Man. Shout out everybody in the chat. Tell your friends to tell a friend. I know there's a lot of Pistons fans out there. Let's have a great watch party.
Yeah. And you know what? 12 points from Ron Holland. He was balling, but he has 3 fouls. And that was one of those
Yep.
things when we talk about maturity and the next steps for these guys, you got to stay on the court. We talked about not reaching in. One of the things that, if we want to look back at the 04 Pistons, one of the good things that they did really well with their defense, they knew to do this. and they had Ja Morant. Debo was guarding him baseline, and he was backing him down, trying to get into the middle. All Ron Holland has to do is just show like this. What is Ja Morant going to do? But instead, he reaches in, he gets the foul.
Yep.
If he just puts his hands up, there's not even too many places he can pass. And if he does, it's going to be a pretty bad pass.
Yeah.
So hopefully, that's something that like players like him, Asar, and Duran, guys that we're going to depend on for that edge, that physicality, that nastiness, the defense, that they can employ that to keep themselves in the game. Ron was balling.
Yeah.
He was in a rhythm. And now 3 fouls in the span of like a few minutes. And he's out the game for the rest of this half.
And that can mess
9
up a
minutes
team.
left.
I mean, Ron Holland is not the first option on this team by any means. But when you are having a night,
He's
like
option.
that, yeah, and you take yourself
sure.
out of that game, that can have severe momentum impact on the game. Ja Morant though has been aggressive, has been looking to attack all game. And, I mean, look, he's going to be a problem because outside of Asar and Ron Holland, these guys, and even Ron Holland, I'm not comfortable with him guarding Ja Morant. I like the frame that he has and the energy that he has, but, I mean, you're going to see Ja be able to bait him into some fouls.
All right, Cade Cunningham back in the game as Ron Holland goes to the bench.
Cade off of a turnover. Let's see what he does this play.
Yo, the handle's looking crispy.
Yep.
And he gets it over to
Good
Javonte
kick out
for the
to
open
Javonte.
3. Nope.
Got to hit those.
You want to see him hit those because you're in there for
Yep.
literally 3 and D.
Yep.
But to your point, that Cade Cunningham handle, like his way to maneuver and get into the paint, and you see the kick out, that's what you need from Cade Cunningham, making the smart decision there.
Karis LeVert with the rebound, pushing it up the court with the in and out to Cade. Oh, boy, did he save it? Nope, he didn't.
He did not.
Bad pass, but
Damn.
Karis LeVert again trips
Couple
and throws a
sloppy
bad
turnovers,
pass. It's
yep.
the second time this game he's tripped and threw a bad pass
Trying to get
because
his
of it.
legs under him,
Something, like something.
been dealing with the
I don't know if it's like
injuries.
new
Clean the
shoes
floor.
or
Clean
like
the
what
floor.
the frick is going on? Because he just straight up tried to do the in and out hitch and then just flailed it over the Cade.
Jalen Duran getting ready to check back in. This is great because you need some
Bro, he made
offensive
J.B.
stability.
Bickerstaff look like a little kid in that shot.
I know.
Jalen Duran,
So I'm saying, man, demigod.
Black Thor.
Black Thor, boy. Ja Morant.
No, you're not Cade and Duran. Get that out of here. He tries to throw the oop, man. Stop.
You should have just took the floater.
Ooh.
Great handles.
Just put
Great
your hands
defense
up.
by
Don't need the foul.
Cade.
Don't need the foul. Don't need the foul.
That was great
Good
defense by
job.
Cade.
Great defense. That's what I'm saying. Like, their half-court defense actually has the potential to be good, but Prince
Good pass from
Dash
Duncan.
right. Duncan.
pass,
Great
bro.
pass.
Seal out too by
Yeah.
Isaiah Stewart. Goodness.
And that's one thing I think you're going to see as the season goes on. I know there's a lot of heat on Duncan, and I'm not necessarily
Look at his
protecting him of all of it. But one thing that he is we know he's a good passer. And I think as the season goes on, you're going to start to see him develop chemistry with these guys, understand how they want the ball and where, and he is going to make some plays for this team.
Bro, Cade Cunningham's defense there on that one-on-one with Ja Morant, let's not underrate that, man.
That is
'cause that made the
elite
block for
two-level
Javonte.
play.
That made the block for Javonte. Javonte got the block it because the guy had nothing to do but shoot it. He was throwing the potato grenades.
Stu tried to beat Cade Cunningham and throw the lob to Duran. That did not work.
We've
And Memphis comes back with a
Dang
3, and
it.
it's a 1-point game. You need a timeout. You've had multiple turnovers this
game.
quarter.
Guys,
You
it's a
look
good game
sloppy.
so far.
We've
can't
talked
get,
about
can't get a rhythm offense. I'd like for Cade Cunningham to come out and start looking to shoot. I think he's been fairly passive right now. I'd like him to start attacking. This is a time and point in the game where, look, it is slipping from you. You had a nice lead. You had a lot of momentum. That momentum has since gone. I think you, the best player on the court, need to establish yourself in that way.
I want him to be one of those guys that does that from the start of games. I've
Yeah.
said that
Yep.
since he's been drafted. Like, just go out there and just do you, because I believe the best graffiti that he creates is when he's in his groove. When he starts the game, do people know, damn, that's Cade Cunningham, we're going to have to throw the doubles? Yes. But when Cade is going, I start seeing defenses not only know, are we supposed to double or triple team him? Like, there are plays where he's coming down after making 2 or 3 buckets in a row. He passes it to Sar because he knows they're going to double. As soon as they give it back, you see the whole defense, like, kind of ramble over to him like some lemmings.
Yeah.
It's just like, yo. And that's the thing. It's like, what if he put that type of pressure on teams to start the game? the same ways that we saw. Like that's what I like about players like Kyrie Irving. But I know as it relates to Cade Cunningham's game, for like as long as you can go back to like his high school, this is what he's been, more of a probe first, let it warm up, and then all of a sudden he looks to attack and then take you out to try and close those games in the later quarters. So I agree with you. I think this is a good point in this game for him to just take over, because I do believe when you're not able to utilize the energy of a Ron Holland and you're getting into the second quarter, you get late into the second quarter where you're hoping Jalen Duren's not picking up any other little ticky-tack fouls, I think it's a good place for Cade Cunningham to increase his level of aggression.
Yeah, I think that, and I think he will. I think you're going to see a play that's drawn up for Cade Cunningham. It's probably going to be an action with Duren, and I think you're going to see Cade start to attack, and I think you need to. I think you need to just get some buckets, make the defense be honest on you, and then get these role players going.
Man, I'm sitting here looking at the chat. Man, y'all gotta just give Karis LeVert like 2 weeks, bro. I see you.
Dude,
Let me ask you
Aaron's
guys a
in the
question.
chat get in all caps, so I gotta do it justice. Get LeVert off this team. Come on, man. Look, just give him a little bit of time. Like I'm not expecting him to be a world beater either, but I do believe when this team gets healthy completely and gets Ivy back, and people are playing, and get Sasser back, and if people are playing in their roles, I think that's where it'll make a little bit more sense. I know people wanted certain splash signings and moves and this and that. It just didn't work out. They had to pivot.
I agree, but I am also open to trading Karis LeVert.
I know you are.
It's too early for that. It's too early for that.
He is
you
available.
need him right
December
now,
15th. We got about a month and 12 days.
I just don't put much stock into
Very
him
tradable
being
contract.
But I just don't even know who we trading them to.
Somebody.
You gotta give it. You gotta give it a
Somewhere
little
out there.
bit of
You're
time.
trying to will this into existence.
You
Absolutely.
gotta give it a little bit of time.
I respect
man.
Duncan Robinson. Oh, I would have liked Duncan to take that shot, honestly, but he passed it up. It was a
Who was that,
It was a
Duren?
good pass to Duren. Duren just wasn't. Pistons, man. I don't know. If they got new team shoes or something, those shoes have to be investigated. They're looking like
People are they're
like they got two left feet.
Yeah,
Look
like
like
they're
me on the
tripping
dance
all
floor.
over the spot on their side of the court.
Duncan Robinson's the only one that looks like he's moving fine. Cade, I'd like you to attack this turn.
Yeah, even if it's a mid-range jumper.
Yep.
Bro, they're aggressively attacking him.
They are.
They don't even care if Duren is open. They're just sending a double off of every. They're trapping him.
Great relocation and three
Wow.
for Duncan Robinson.
That's
That
we
is
wanna
what
see.
you like
40,
to
36, 7-17, 7-15 left in the
And
second.
that is. Oh no, Ron Holland had a three earlier. My mistake. I was gonna say that broke the seal of the 3-point line.
Come on, y'all. Pick up the defense. Pick up the defense.
There we go.
Is that KCP?
KCP.
I know that shooting for him.
Yep.
Good defensive possession, man.
Cade.
What a
Duren
pass. What a
to
pass.
Oh. Duncan
move.
That
again.
again?
Ooh.
Duren, get that. There you go, Duren.
Oh my.
All the way. All the way.
Yep, that's you.
All the way.
That's you.
Give him his
Oh,
foul.
where's the foul?
That's Jackson.
Give him his foul.
No foul.
That's crazy.
Come on. What the?
It's Jared.
That is
on, dog.
crazy.
You're telling me Jared Jackson Jr. did not commit a foul?
Oh,
I got to
my.
see that replay. That's.
Shout out Spartan Dog.
Can they
Oh,
call
no, you
that?
can't
Come on.
call.
You know Cade about to be hot.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Yeah.
Go off,
That's
Cade.
That's
That's
not right.
And they gave it to Jaren
That's
Jackson.
not right. I don't like that.
That's come on, dog.
Don't make me crash out.
That is crazy.
Hey, shout out to Aaron. He said he's loving the Stu Duren duo. I like it too.
I do
like
too.
it.
Nice to see Cade
Cade is
carrying
hot.
on
I like
the
that.
Los Angeles tradition of bilingual Piston players addressing the crowd. Love to see it.
Oh, when Blake was talking about it, it was funny, dog.
It is funny.
I don't know who did it better, Blake or Cade. Cade's was funny because his face, dog.
Because you didn't
Blake-
He
expect
said
that.
two words
Oh.
and just started smiling like
Yeah.
Draymond Green when what's the name was singing that national anthem. Oh, good defense, man. They make up for it. Ball don't lie. 40
I mean,
to 36.
they got away with it. He definitely left his feet. Could have gotten called for a foul there.
Bro, Sar Thompson. I would go right back to the basket. There you go.
Yep.
Look how much
I would
bigger he
impose
is.
your will.
Did he get the foul?
He did.
He got the foul.
I'm about to say, come on, man.
Let me ask you guys a question.
man.
How impressed are you with Cade Cunningham's defense, especially over the span of these past few games? But defensively, it looks like he's really locked in this year.
You saying Asar?
No, Cade.
Cade defensive.
His defense, yeah. Cade's
Oh, yeah.
defense as becoming like an elite level two-way player in the NBA. He's making those steps.
I don't know if it's just the Kool-Aid in me or not, but people who follow like the chronicles on Woodward Pistons, the articles and my coverage and such. Cade Cunningham is somebody I've been bullish on as being a two-way player for a long time. His defense is something he was showing flashes of in his rookie season. Some of the stuff they got loaded in the Twitter and such, the X and all that, whenever you want to load up the little videos and such, is of his rookie season after defensive plays and then him coming back and doing something on the offensive side. I remember specifically when they won a game against Cleveland in which he had to defend. He kept getting switched off, pick and rolls on Evan Mobley. He was successfully defending him. And that was the game where he hit the three and it bounced in. He does whoo.
Yeah.
Like that was that game. And from then it was like, you see exactly what he could be defensively.
Hey,
a 1 through 5. We got a little bit of shuffling on the court.
A little bit of
A
a
little
skirmish.
shove at Asar Thompson. Asar looks unfazed.
But with who though?
That player
Who's
did not
challenging? Because
catch.
Duran is front and center.
There's
Like
too many
I like
enforcers
that.
on that court for us for
Look
them
at
to do
Fred
that.
Vincent. I got too much investment in you. Fred Vincent is all the way out at half court to grab Asar Thompson. He's like, no, I still got to turn you into a three-point shooter.
I believe it was Williams Jr.
Why is he testing Asar? And Duran.
Yeah, that was a
And you might as well put Stu in there because if he's on the court or anywhere near the court, he's gonna have a problem with that as well.
Asar is hot. Like, what happened?
I mean, I saw the
That's
shove.
something.
I didn't see the altercation beforehand. But I saw the
didn't see
shove.
what prompted. Like, Cade is still hot too.
We're about to see the
they're gonna
replay
replay.
live. Smash the like button, chat if you are here, and tell a friend. Tell a friend. I know you got a Piston friend in your life. Bring them here. Bring them here. Let them know this is the dopest place to get Pistons coverage right here in the city.
I
is
see
Woodward
it.
Sports.
I don't
subscribe to
know
the channel if you're not.
in the chat. He said Cade 4 points. Cade has a 28-1 assist to turnover ratio the last two, the best in franchise history. The team is winning right now, and Cade's just been running the offense. We've seen him throwing pass after pass, so
That is wild.
Love to see how Duran and his students
look,
pop up
Kool-Aid,
like two
here's the play right
bodyguards,
here.
like hey.
So typical. Asar grabs him and then
wait.
and then he swung on him.
he just he's gonna start laughing at Tobias.
Tobias is so unserious.
I swear Tobias was probably like, "So you just gonna let him swing on you like that?" Oh, by the way, Cade does have 3 assists tonight to go with his 4 points. So
Why do we always bring up Cade's points so early on? It's always he has 4 points.
because everybody
We all know he gets going in that second half. That third quarter, that fourth quarter, those are usually
but-
when he has like a 13 to 14 point quarter. I understand we want him to be aggressive.
I think where he needs to be better is, you're digging yourself these holes in the first quarter. Like, you got to be the one to step out. This is your team.
Did y'all see how quickly Jalen Duran got into the middle of that scrum? I'm sorry, I'm just looking at it like
him
Duran was there like
him
that.
and Stu are like bodyguards. They was like,
Yeah,
what?
it was
Like, what you trying to
was-
do?
Who else stepped in? I couldn't see who else stepped in, but it was almost like they pulled Asar out the way and was like, "We got this for you."
Any team in the league is losing a fight with the Pistons, like 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Fred Vincent's
You don't have a shot.
Like, what are they looking at? This is easy to see.
I know it shouldn't even take this long.
I swear. I
This
forget
better
who
not be
said
one
it,
of the
but, like,
situations where
I
they call
swear
a
I feel
tech
the
on two
Pistons
people.
Reviews take a half hour, dog.
They do. It's because Pistons have a bit of a reputation casted on them unfairly last year from the season. I think they honestly
He technically took.
look at that.
Took
Like
a
that's
couple swings.
that's a
supposed to be
serious
ejected.
escalation by Williams. That's
Yeah.
a serious escalation. Asar did grab him, so I'm fine. I'm fine if Asar gets a tech for that grab. I wouldn't like it, but I wouldn't. I wouldn't hate
but
it.
if
I'd
they're-
understand it.
If
But
they're giving a tech
that
on Asar,
was
then
injustice.
that's
If they
a
give
flagrant
tech,
too.
that
He should be out
happens
of
all the
here.
time, though.
Yeah,
They do that type of
I
stuff all
agree.
the time. People like go up for layups after the foul, and you'll see guys just kind of bump into it. It's like
Yeah.
you kind of expect that.
Then that should be a flagrant too, though, because that was intentional.
Yeah.
to the above the head, the shoulders, between the neck and the head. So he did that
definitely,
intentionally.
man.
So then that's a flagrant too.
Yep.
Yeah, that type of stuff. Yeah, it's just like, what are we doing? All right, you're about to say was what? I guess we'll see. All right, man. We'll figure this thing out. This dude, it looks real serious right
So
now.
they did give one to
does.
Asar.
Isaiah Stewart as
Stu
well.
clapping, but you can never tell if it's a good clap or if it's like a I'm clapping because I want to kill
gotta
somebody.
be-
Right
Wait
now.
a minute. So
Ejected,
you mean
though.
to
He
tell
like
me
threw a punch,
out of all that, you give Stu a tech, but you just give Williams
Look
a
at this.
regular
So he
technical?
punches. Look how quickly the dog pound
Look at-
moves in. Dog Stu and
But
Durant.
wait a minute.
Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. Even Duncan Robinson got a little bit of he like that liquid courage, man. Just that boost off of him. Even he's walking behind.
But it's like
during
it's
this
almost
too,
like he gets a slap on the
I'm
wrist
gonna
for
be
doing
10
that.
feet
Though.
from y'all, but I'm gonna look mean. Look at them, dog. Look at when
Dude, Stu is
get the
pointing at
points
him.
in-
That's diabolical. That's diabolical.
Oh,
I don't understand
snap,
why they are
dog.
shooting
I
a free
love
throw.
this.
Because they called
Tech on
a
Stu,
foul,
dog.
a technical foul on
This
Williams,
is ignorant.
technical
dog.
foul on Asar, and then another tech on
Stu.
Stu.
Oh, see that's
So you mean to
That's
tell me there's no
insane,
flagrant
dog.
involved with? There's no flagrant involved
That's
with it.
ridiculous, dog. No flagrant. You just took a swing on the SAR, dog. Like, come on. Pistons are the only ones to get anything?
yeah.
That's
Says-
crazy, dog.
That seems
Yeah,
ridiculous.
double
I don't
technical,
like that
double
at all. That was
technical, and then
bullshit,
technical.
Somebody said Stu pointed too hard. Dog, I swear the Pistons have the most, technicals and ejections from pointing.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, shout out to Cade Cunningham. He's just pointing to his family behind the bench in that Phoenix Suns game. Pistons still lead 41-39.
Ron Holland back in
the
with
second.
3 fouls. They are giving him a chance to play. They're giving him a chance to play through these fouls. Kool-Aid, what do you think about that? He was vital early on in the game. It's a close game. Grizzlies are on a run now. Is this a bit of a desperation move to kind of bring him back in?
I think it's a little bit of identity move. He's been now for 2 years, going on a second year, associated with a change of pace, a change of energy. Whenever they need just something different, like it got to about mid-season when, after post All-Star break, when we'd be in media, and shout out to Eric Vincent of Clutch Points, we'd be in media talking about the fact that hey, they need an energy boost. Why don't they go ahead and throw Ron Holland in the game? And
85%.
like clockwork, you put Ron Holland in, and the energy changes. But shout out to you, man. You shouting out the Jalen Duran stuff. FanDuel Sports, real difference maker. Free throws a game, it's up 85%. Last year was at 67, and he's more than doubled his free throw attempts per game from 3.1 to 6.5 per game.
There we go.
That's
Huge. That's
Oh,
a
yeah.
huge
That's
step.
way up there.
If he maintains that, his scoring averages this season are going to be well above what we expected, which is not something I was prepared to say. Because I honestly wasn't expected for Duran to take much of an offensive scoring leap this season. But I mean, if he's getting to the line more, that's gonna
You said
result
you weren't
in a
expecting
better-
Duran to?
not in terms of points. I expected better in terms of playmaking, in terms of and really just defensively and impact. But
Shout out to Stu. He's getting busy in the paint. Like they gave him
yeah,
that
nice
tech,
little
and the
hook.
Pistons have just extended their lead. 45-39, 5 minutes left. Let's see if they get
tech
another
looks
good.
like a good thing for the Pistons right now. 'cause
Yeah, they're torqued up right now. Look
Yep.
at the switch. All right, they're back to
Great
their zone
switch.
principles. So they're back to zone rather
Yep.
than straight up man. But they played it very well. They played it so good. Golly,
Cade.
they played that well. Good pass, Cade.
And
Run
there
out
you
with
go.
Karis
go.
LeVert. That's one of the reasons why he's on the
Nice.
team. Especially if the Pistons play to their identity, then you are going to have players like Karis LeVert be able to feast and lunch. This is where you see Cade Cunningham had the opportunity to pick up 18 assists in his last game. It's because now you have many more people that can finish in transition and in half court. But shout out to LeVert, man, getting out in the fast break in transition with Cade Cunningham, who finishes with the assist. But Aaron is he's not happy about Isaiah Stewart getting that tech, man.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't like that either. I don't like that either.
Yeah,
I think
no,
you
it's
need
stupid.
I think you need players to come in and de-escalate. And I know that sounds weird about Isaiah Stewart, but that was a situation where he comes in, he puts the fear of God in you, and then boom, the confrontation is over. So I don't look at Stu as somebody that's while de-escalating might not be the right term. I would say that Stu didn't deserve
him
attack.
Attack quick.
Because also, I imagine everyone in that huddle is saying something that's,
I just
techable.
don't understand how, if you're going to give Stu a tech, then a guy who threw a punch has to get something.
Yeah.
He has to
That's
get
just
he has
what
to
I
get
just don't
worse than
understand.
he has to get worse than a tech. He should have gotten at least a double tech.
At
least.
the least.
At
And
the
then
least.
I
no
think
one
he
gets free
did.
throws off it. Instead, they gave them points
Yeah.
off of that,
Points
and then
and
gave
ball.
them the 2 free throws after. Like, they got the tech, 2 free throws, and the ball. I don't get that, man. So
I don't like that.
I don't know, man.
I do not like that.
Sheesh. And I see, I don't know you. IDKYOOU says 40, 27,
Shout out.
78 shooting splits. I hope Cade turns it up at some point. The thing is this. That's just, we want him to turn that up because then he goes to nuclear mode. But the reality is, I think he's going to come back around to some of the shooting splits that he had last year.
Absolutely.
But ultimately, Cade is a guy who's going to go out there and give you everything across the board on both ends of the courts. For those types of players, sometimes where do they get it? Where do they get the energy to be everything? Sometimes you rob your shooting splits. Sometimes you rob your efficiency.
Mm-hmm.
But what do we know about Cade? It's the flurries that matter the most. When it's the second half of the third quarter and Cade has just scored, 3 or 4 buckets in a row. Who cares if he shot 30% before that? Who really freaking cares? And then in the fourth quarter when he goes and scores another 3 or 4 buckets in a row. Like, who cares if in the first half Cade Cunningham shot 25% or 30%?
Absolutely.
If when it gets to winning time, which we've seen now with the Pistons having a really good record on the year 5-2, we've seen the team be able to go out there and take advantages of those flurries that he's able to bring.
4-2 right now. Let's
4-2.
not count ahead.
4-2.
I do feel confident about this, but
I
let's
feel
not jinx
confident.
it. Let's
4-2. But these are the things that they've been able to take advantage of. And so that's why, yes, I do level with I don't know you, where I say, dope, let's see him get those numbers up, because then that means he's going to be that much more of a star player. But Cade Cunningham's shooting splits, though, are the farthest from anything that would even affect the Pistons in a negative way.
see. I don't like this. If you're gonna play Ron Holland and put him in an adverse situation, I wouldn't
Good
have him
defense.
out there guarding
Ooh.
Ja.
Still hits the shot.
Somebody that can easily bait you into fouls. I don't like that matchup.
I think they're making him work. They're just gonna make him work. That's what it is. Because you look at the personnel that's out there right now, and there's nobody out there in the court that can guard Ja Morant other than maybe Cade, and you can't get Cade in foul trouble.
And you can't also tax Cade with that.
So that's the thing. You're not putting Debo on Ja Morant. Not at all.
Cade did get cross matched on him here. They immediately
Now
switched
you
it
got
to Duncan.
Debo on Ja Morant, and you don't want this.
Yeah, but Ja Morant passing
I'm
out of
really
that.
for real. Like, honestly, his possessions against Debo haven't really netted much.
Duncan
though.
Robinson, the Ja Morant stopper.
You know what? Keep track of that tonight, bro.
I mean, I haven't seen him
You
score
be the
on him.
reason why this is like the Ja Morant stopper. Debo, the Ja Morant stopper is born.
Cade. Oh, off on the 3.
I would have rather see him get into the middle, that mid range. Ja Morant's off again on another alley-oop, man. 47-41, 3:08 left in the second quarter. Pistons
Ja
ball
Morant
after the
is
Ja Morant
frustrated.
turnover. He just looks like he's playing 2K right now, bro.
Yeah,
Literally.
he looks like he is not in a good basketball mind
Just
state right now.
way too casual, and he
Yep.
looks frustrated. He looks frustrated.
And that stuff matters. That stuff absolutely matters. A little action
Cade
for
trips
Duncan
again on the
Robinson.
court. I don't know if it's the shoes or if it's the court.
Cade with the strong take
Gets the foul.
gets the foul call. Is heading to the line. I believe the first time he's heading to the line tonight. So let me.
People talk
confirm
about
that.
shooting splits. Do you know how many stars in the league have been helped by the fact that just because they're stars, they're going to get free throws? Cade doesn't necessarily get that. And there was somebody who actually put that. They said, hey, look, if Cade actually got the fouls, I forget who did it,
Yep,
but they were
this
like,
is Cade's first attempts at the free throw line.
yeah,
2-0.
that's crazy, bro. And that's what I'm saying. Like,
And we are almost at halftime.
That's
and that's what I'm saying. Like, if Cade gets the free throws that we know he deserves, not, oh, man, if they just called it for him because he's a star. No, if he got the ones that we know he deserves, Cade Cunningham's field goal percentage would be better. There are plays where he's going in and he's getting fouled. They don't call it, and guess what it becomes? A missed shot. That's the problem. So all of a sudden it is affecting the efficiency if they're not going to call the fouls on him. Does it also affect the aggressiveness? Well, this is where I believe he and Duran took the next step. They just don't care. If you're not going to call the foul for us, we still beast moding you. And that's what I like about these young guys, man. All of these young guys. As Isaiah Stewart battles for Cade Cunningham, missed free throw. We need the free throws better. But missed free throw, he gets the rebound, gets fouled on a putback. He can extend his lead to 9. Right now, Pistons lead 48-41, 2:49 left in the second quarter. Isaiah Stewart, 6 points and 8 rebounds tonight, man. So he's on double-double watch right now. Thank you guys for being here, chat family. It's cool seeing some of the
like button.
Yeah, man, some of the regulars in the chat. Thank you guys for being here. Smash that like button. Let's get this thing up over 100. And Pistons Grizzlies. This is a game where we started off and we told you guys there's some talent on this team, especially when you're talking about the superstar, depending on where you put him, Ja Morant, and 3J, man, Jaren Jackson Jr. This squad also has a makeup of just scrappy guys, and you see here tonight. They're even able to just allow to just throw punches and get away with it. But hey, it's Detroit. We'll rock with it, man.
Yep.
Absolutely. Ron Holland going to the bench gave you a couple good minutes there, and I think they want to keep him keep him out of foul trouble.
Yep.
So
and he didn't pick up those fouls.
Yep.
So
great.
I know that makes you happy.
Yep, absolutely. You love to see that, and I love that. Young player is put in that kind of moment, right? That's a very tough moment.
Yeah.
So I'm happy. I'm happy with the results there. You live with that 9-point lead. Again, talk about being a second half, third quarter, fourth team. You like that, but if you could close out this quarter strong, they're on a 13-5 run right now. Currently, you like their chances in this game because the 3-point shot isn't falling. And I know it's kind of easy for us to say, "Oh, it'll get better," but it has to, right?
I've almost just say I don't care anymore. They've shown me enough that they've gone on a 13-5 run in the last 4:41 in this game. Now it's 13-6 run as who sinks the free throw? Can't tell, but this is a situation where you believe that the 3-point shooting will improve, especially if they get Jaden Ivey back, who was near 40% last year from beyond the arc.
Yeah, and they're missing Tobias tonight.
So you expect that the 3-point shooting for this team overall to stabilize a little bit, and if Trajan adds one decent 3-point shooter at the trade deadline, I think they'll be decent. But they do got Marcus Sasser. I do believe that this is a year, you're talking about a contract year for Marcus Sasser, in which if that hip is right, give him an opportunity to at least be somewhat of an off-ball 3-point shooter for you.
Another nitpick thing I got to do to keep from paying.
Did they give him a foul? Or what did they call?
They did call him for a foul there on the screen. He does have to get better at that.
Yeah.
He does have to. But I do think, honestly, a lot of times he's not fouling. He's just such a physical force that it looks like he's fouling them because they are running into an absolute – you talk about brick wall. That is concrete, brother. That is concrete right there. Ja Morant settles for the 3. You love that. You absolutely love that. If Ja Morant can be an outside shooter.
Get up. It should be 5-on-4. Somebody dove into the crowd. And they don't take advantage.
JaMychal Green has not had a good night shooting the ball, but he's played some solid minutes defensively. Cade on Ja. Ja throws it to nobody. Throws it to the bench. That's a turnover.
He has not looked.
Yep, he is
consistently. He's had some cool moments, but overall it just looks frustrated, man. He's talking and such. I don't know. They got 11 turnovers tonight. The Grizzlies do. The Pistons have 8. Hey, you want to see them be able to win these types of battles? It's still 8 turnovers in the first half. You would like to see that even lower.
Absolutely.
But at least they're winning the battle right now.
They have to take care of it, and then I'd like for Cade to just get more aggressive with shooting, attacking the mid range, something, because that's been the one missing ingredient so far in this game for this Pistons.
Cade, man.
What's that?
Mid-range Cade.
Mid-range Cade. They need it. They need it. Look, their offense, 50 points, approaching. They're likely going to be under 60 points heading into halftime probably.
Yeah.
That is average. But I think if you see Cade Cunningham scoring, if you see Cade Cunningham on one, I think that you would see that number be a lot higher because I think it just makes a whole offense easier.
And I do want to caution that, you know, they are up 50-43 to have one of their best, if not their best first quarter of the season. They're having a good first half against a good team. I think Cade's pace, his composure, his ability to lead this team and put them in good positions, I think that matters.
Duncan Robinson.
As Duncan Robinson gets an open three off of a Cade look, but he misses it just off the front rim. The Grizzlies pass it up ahead. Who was that? Ja Morant to Santi Aldama, future Detroit Pistons, Santi Aldama, with the bucket in the paint.
You still want him?
I do. Off the bench, yes. Give me some more size on this Pistons team.
Yeah, I would like him.
I do. They don't
Cade
have the
with
size.
the three. There we go. Get yourself rolling into halftime.
53-45, 104 left.
I mean, he hasn't done anything to make me be like, damn, I wish we would have got him.
There he goes again with another bucket,
But
16 feet away with the McDyess special.
the
That's what I'm
McDyess
saying.
special. Now you're talking to me.
It's not about
Now
what,
you're talking to me.
it's
Shout
about
out
what
McDyess.
he's shown when the Grizzlies were going and what he could be next to Cade Cunningham in these lineups.
Aaron's in the chat said, Ja Morant is doing his best Terry Rozier.
Big time three.
Ooh,
Big
go.
stew for three. Beef stew for three.
56-47, 40 seconds left in this half. End this quarter good defensively, and instead they get pulled out of position because what did I tell you the Grizzlies like to do? When the Pistons score, they like to push the ball up the court quickly. They catch the Pistons not in defensive set, and the Pistons have to resort to a foul. Let's see if they let this thing play through. But Stu, this is why when you talk about am I okay with Stu and Duran playing together? Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
because
He
it's
can
that
hit
right
the
there.
three.
That's the difference. He's shooting the three ball at a very, very good rate. He is comfortable with it. He's not passing up any open threes. I haven't seen him pass up one open three. I've seen Duncan Robinson pass up open threes. I haven't seen Stu pass up open threes. So it's been a great sight to see.
Yep, and Aaron says he likes Stu as a stretch four more than Aldama because of his defensive versatility. I don't want to replace Stu. I just want more size on his team, period. I would replace Paul Reed with Santi Aldama,
Exactly.
personally. Stuff like that. Like you can carry 3 and 4 bigs on his team, especially with the fact that
Because right now Ron Holland's giving you 4 minutes.
Yeah.
And you don't want that.
you don't want that because defensively is where it begins to wear him down.
Yes.
You look at the fouls tonight as well. Those types of things
Duncan
become
and Cade attacking.
They better give that man the foul. Like, what the frick is going on?
They gave him a foul.
Somebody was leaning on him, and he just dropped him. Got into the paint, and Jaren Jackson with the foul.
Of course, per usual. Shout out Spartan Dog.
Oh, yeah. No, that's actually a foul
today.
on Ja Morant, to be for real with you.
Okay.
But they probably gave it to Ja. Yeah, Ja, like, straight up grabbed Cade's whole shoulder. And, yeah, you called for it. You see the level of aggression go up for Cade Cunningham.
Close out this quarter strong. You love it.
And what does Cade have now? A 3, these free throws. He had free throws prior. He had the assist to Stu for the 3.
Yep.
This
He's
into the
at
quarter
9.
has been on Cade Cunningham.
Yep.
These
absolutely.
last 2-3 minutes.
He's been at 9 and 10. All right, gets to 10. 10 and 5.
This would probably be one of their best halves of the year.
So I mean, he's on pace for 2010. You'd like to see the scoring a little bit higher, but I mean, the 10 assists you take.
Yeah, keep your defensive composure to end this half. That was
Great
straight up and
defense.
down, straight up and down. Great defense.
2 seconds. 1
Great
second.
defense.
Cade fires from half court.
Because it no longer counts
That was
on
awesome.
your shot chart.
Shout out.
The end of half, end of quarter
Yeah.
heaves no longer count against your shot record. It goes on the
awesome.
teams.
Which
But
is good because
great defense once again in the half court offense or in the half court set. And that's the thing. When they're able to get set, their half court defense is actually looking much more improved against a good team. It's not like we're playing against who'd you throw the strays at? The Nets? You know,
Yep.
they're playing
We're
Ja
not playing
Morant,
the Nets.
3J, and a squat Santi Aldama. There's a couple players over there that Pistons fans were hoping, well, maybe we can get one of those players.
Yeah.
So it's like it's good to see them come out here and do this, despite the fact that you got Ron Holland here talking to Allie Curran. You got some players that might have gotten into a little bit of foul trouble. Some players who don't have the whistle necessarily going their way. Cade didn't get his first free throws until what? More than halfway into the second quarter. So, you know, shout out to these Pistons who are finding an identity to win no matter how things are going on the outside. And that to me is showing that this team is really starting to mature. And I think JB Bickerstaff It's one of the greatest things ever to happen for this young Pistons team. Absolutely. We saw them go from effectively, you know, I don't know, man. Like this squad, I don't even know what you could call them. In the job that Monty Williams did, I know what you guys call him a terrorist on heavyweights.
I will.
Yep.
Yeah. You guys, I won't go that far, but you know what? I sympathize with people who understand just the impact or lack thereof that he had. So to go from that to see what the squad is now, as they're still learning and still maturing, like how many players do they actually have from the young core that's on their second contract? It's just Stu and Cade. That's
For
it.
now. And we're going to see. This is the year where we are going to see. They put their young guys in position, and you've seen both the positives and the negatives of it so far, right? Kool-Aid this season. This has been a tale of 2 seasons already in a small sample size.
That was
really
our theme
has.
Sunday, or from the last stream.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful to see both sides of this situation play out, and you kind of got to see. Look, when you don't have the right vets, and when the rookies, aren't quite ready for the moment. It looks rough. It looks sloppy. Duran's dribbling the ball off of his foot. There's a lot of turnovers and a lot of disconnect. And then you have times when it is clicking and they look like the superior physical team all game long. And that is what they've looked like in this half. So I don't have a key player of the half right now. I want to highlight just their overall intensity that they have played with consistently on the defensive end. I mean, Memphis, they have had to work for these buckets. They have gotten very few easy buckets. And that is a recipe for success if you're not going to shoot the ball well.
Well, the easy buckets they have gotten is when the Pistons forget what the game plan is, and I think that a lot of teams will employ this because they do recognize it's a good way to catch teams off guard, and that's when that team makes a bucket, put them back on their heels. That's the only thing that can, in my opinion, discombobulate this. I do believe they're going to continue to bring their effort. I think that the little scuffle woke them up. After that scuffle, you saw Stu even take his game up to a whole nother level, too. Since I think he might have hit a couple threes and hit a layup and got to the free throw line, got another block, got some rebounds. So he's out there doing his thing. But I want to see this team in the second half go out there and just continue to keep the pressure on and keep their heads up and alert as it relates to that type of stuff. You make a basket, get back and know Memphis is coming back down the court. Now, when they've been alert to that, we've seen them go and create turnovers quickly. It's not like it's something that is just outright beating the Pistons because they're winning, but it is something that we've seen spur several little mini attempts at a comeback for the Memphis Grizzlies. So I'm hoping the Pistons keep their head on a swivel defensively, even after made buckets. Usually you're more reticent defensively after you miss a bucket because you're like, yo, I want to get it right back. But after made buckets, you're usually slapping hands. Shout out to the water boy. You're usually skipping around. Some people even have their little, three-point dances and such. And guess what? Just in a matter of seconds, and especially in the NBA, somebody could be blowing right past you to get to the rim.
Yeah. I see somebody in the chat saying, so how's Cade's three-ball improved this year? Yeah, and 27% on the season. 27% of the season, not good. But, again, small sample size, improving. It was in the single digits at some points in the season. So it is improving. And I think that is going to be helped a lot with the return of Ivy, the development of Asar and Duran. And honestly, I think that's going to really, really help this Cade Cunningham three-point shooting percent. Cade Cunningham did not get worse at shooting the basketball. He has just had more difficult looks and a cold streak to start the year. That's the context. Some of that's on Cade to be better. Some of that is on the situation allowing Cade to be putting Cade in a better position. So I'm not worried about it yet. If we're still in the high 20s come the end of November, then okay, then we could talk about some concerns about Cade Cunningham shooting. But I mean, this is a very early part in the season. 6 games.
And realistically, he's taking high volume. He's taking high volume 3-point attempts. So, it's being skewed right now, and
his attempts are about the same as last year.
Yeah, but I just want people to know, like, it's not as if he's going out there and taking, 1 or 2 3. He's taking, like, in the last 3 games alone, he took, I believe, 4 threes against Dallas, and then 7 3-point attempts in each of the games before that against Orlando and Cleveland. And in those games, obviously against Cleveland, wasn't his best game. 12 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. But against Orlando, mind you, he took 7 threes, only made 14% of them. but he was 5 of 5 from the field. His true shooting was 57.3, nearly 60% true shooting, which is great. He was a plus 27 in that game, and he put up 30 flipping points to go with 10 assists. And then you fast forward to the Dallas game, where he actually shot 50% from behind the arc. But what was even more important for him, it was the fact that he had 21 points and 18 assists and 3 steals. So for me, it's like, okay, yes, we all want a perfect player. We all want the 100 player, and we want Cade to shoot a good 3-point percentage. Like, we want him to have no turnovers ever. Like, we want him to have 15 assists in a game. But my thing is this: I can deal with a few warts on the player as long as what they're bringing overall is contributing to a winning brand of basketball.
Yes.
So it allows me to give some of these players the opportunity to get a little bit better at their games, because realistically, what player is perfect? So that's where it's like with Cade, I do believe that the 3-point shooting is going to get there. But for right now, this guy's having such an impact on the game that whether it's there or not right now, it's really not worth my time to criticize.
Yeah.
If it's costing the Pistons games, then we will definitely say, hey, bro, it's got to get better. But until that point in time, it's like, what are we talking about? This guy has just put up the best assist-to-turnover ratio in franchise history over the last few games stretch.
Yeah.
I'll take the time for him to get his 3-point shot.
You're preaching.
We've won those games too, by the way.
Yeah.
So,
You're preaching.
And one of
man.
those being a stat line that hasn't been done, I believe, since LeBron James.
yep. Well,
Earlier
Pretty
in
good
his
at basketball.
career.
but that was his whole last year too, when people were wondering during some of his less than streaks when he was shooting the ball not as well. But he's still every month. Cade Cunningham, Nikola Jokic, and LeBron James are the only players to average these minimums or better. And you know what's crazy? That by All-Star break and beyond, it was only Cade and Nikola Jokic. Even LeBron James fell out of that. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, what much more do we want? I get it. We want him to be perfect. I want him to be perfect too. I want the 100 level player. I want the shiny card
100
out the pack. You know what I mean? I want the diamonds and the platinums and prisms. I want all of that too. I promise you guys I do. But I do think that there are steps to this thing, especially for a player as good as Cade, who already on his rookie contract achieved All-NBA and All-Star status for the Pistons. Your first hopeful All-Star.
Yes.
Right? Blake Griffin made it. Andre Drummond made it. All-Star, All-NBA. How much hope was there for these guys? None. How much hope was there for the Pistons after that? None. But with this guy, there is hope. And it rests largely with these Pistons because of what he's bringing to the table. So, I want to see it better. I want to see his 3-point shot get better. But I don't know, man. That's one of those things I just kind of let go.
Yeah, I think you nailed it perfectly. He is somebody that, he is not without flaw, but his flaws are oftentimes not detrimental to the team and
That's a
to
good way to put
the
it.
game. And so there have been times where it has, but it is not regularly that. He is far more of a positive impact than a negative impact every game, and that is what you want your superstar to be. And again, I think a lot of this comes with changing the ecosystem around him. We saw that with changing the coaching staff, changing the roster. We saw a much better Cade Cunningham last season, and we're seeing this season. We're seeing glimpses into it, and I think it's just going to round itself out. We're 6 games in. Let's not overreact to things.
Yep.
We got a long 82-game season, and my biggest takeaway has been just the leap that Ron Holland's made. I mean, I was not ready for him to be this sheer force that he is right now. The sheer force that he is right now is something that is going to be a huge swing factor for this team if he can stay on the floor during big minutes and big games.
And shout out to Sean Zanetti, too. I see he's putting more to his stat. He said, look, I want him to be top 3 player in the league. Very high expectations, but he has all the tools. So shout out to him. And so he's talking more from a critical standpoint. I think it's different because let me be fair, when you're talking about a player as good as him. It's been a long time since we've been able to talk about a player as good as Cade Cunningham.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. Like, even Blake Griffin, as good as this year was here, he landed, 3rd All-NBA. Like Cade, but you didn't hear anybody say, well, Blake got snubbed.
Yeah.
You heard people say Steph Curry took Cade's spot this year, and he probably didn't deserve it. And there's a lot of people who believe that Cade is on his way up in this league as it relates to All-NBA, as it relates to these player rankings, as it relates to the MVP conversation, tied for 7th last year. Now you're talking about a team that started off tremendously better than they did last year, and Cade Cunningham is at the forefront of that.
Yep.
So, I don't know. I want to see him continue to get better. You want to see that 3-point percentage. It can't be sub-30s. That's just, if you want to talk about some non-negotiables, you want to see that 3-point percentage be, if he's in a cold streak, 31, 32%. That's what you want. But with the usage and such, I'm kind of okay as long as that true shooting can be something that's north of 50-something%.
And that's something that's going to go up when he has more opportunity to, work off ball and get more catch and shoot looks. It's much harder to, pull up for a 3-point shot than you catching in rhythm for a 3-point shot, or, you catch and just, fire when you're wide open. And that's going to happen when Jaden Ivey is able to return. And then you see someone that can, get to the rim and finish with, before he got hurt, he was finishing around the rim, really good. And then on top of that, Jaden Ivey being able to space that floor open a little bit more too will help out Cade. And as far as the 3-point percentage goes, it'll go up once those things happen.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Hey, look, I want to read these some of these halftime stats off again just before we get back. Pistons are up 58-48 at halftime. They're going to get the second half going soon. They shoot 50% in this first half, and they really did a good damage in the paint because they only shot 29.4% from behind the arc, 5 of 17. But they hold Memphis Grizzlies to 33.3% shooting and 20% from behind the arc. You go down here to the free throws. This is something we've been saying. We want the Pistons to be able to better control the things that they can control. Free throws is one of those things. It's a little bit more in their control than not. And they shoot 86.7% in the first half. Rebounds, though, they're losing that battle 22-27. And the Memphis Grizzlies, this is a little bit alarming. They have 10, count it, 10 offensive rebounds in the first half. So you want to see the Pistons be able to scrap a little bit more after those good defensive positions and get it going. But what winds up happening when they're getting caught sleeping is when the team's able to rush it down, get up a layup attempt, then they're able to kind of knock the ball around and grab another ability to get another shot attempt. So you want to see the Pistons in a game that's been a little bit physical, a little bit scrappy. You've seen the Memphis be able to make a couple little runs to try and get back in it. You want to see the Pistons be able to stay on top of things here. Just continue through the first half stats. They do lead the assist battle here. They're up 12-9 against the Grizzlies. The steals and the blocks, they lead that too, 6-5 and 3-2. Total turnovers, they lead that 8-12, and then fast break points 10-11. I would have assumed that the Pistons were leading that stat, but it's actually the Grizzlies who are leading that stats. And then points conceded off turnovers, the Pistons are doing really, really good off this. They've gotten 16 points off their own turnovers. Off of the Grizzlies' turnovers, whereas they've only given up 4 points off their own turnovers. So Pistons have been the only team to lead in this game, and you want to see them continue to do that.
Absolutely.
From wire to wire.
Absolutely. I think that this team has to continue their physical brand of basketball going into the second half. They cannot let up on that. They have to keep their pedal to the metal there, and they have to, like you said, win the rebound battle, win the points in the paint battle. Like, that's been a big identity of a Pistons win. So far they are doubling them there, and you need them to continue that because that is a Pistons blueprint to success. I go back to the playoffs preview stuff that we did, and you brought up all those stats about how great this team was, how this team was damn near all time in terms of scoring and points in the paint last season.
Oh, yeah.
And so that is a key signifier because right now they are shooting 5 of 17 from three, but so not great
points in the paint, 28.
Not great, but 28 to 14, doubling them there. You have to keep that up because, as we've talked about, man, we just can't. We have to be honest with ourselves, and we can't expect a great 3-point shooting team right now with the way this roster is constructed. You can't.
No, and you want to see this team as they come out the half and actually take the lead and push it a little bit higher. So they're up 60-48. You want to see them play like they know that they're legit. Mm-hmm. You want to see them play like they know we're the big dogs.
Great job by Duren to move his feet and not foul Cade Cunningham to the basket. Man, when he gets that transition motor going, he is tough to stop.
Hey, that's the motorcade.
Motorcade. Duncan Robinson.
Don't give him that foul, dog. Come on. The Pistons got to be smarter than that, too, though.
Yeah.
It's a weak foul, but you know what the officials are going to call that? These weird reach-in fouls got to stop, bro. Ja Morant was lost on that. He didn't know what to do. He was just a old dish rag, bro. Getting tossed. I'm not going to lie. I've actually been okay with Duncan Robinson's defense.
Stu with the
Blocks
great
the dunk
rim
attempt.
rejection. Cade to Duran. Oh, Asar, the rebound.
No, don't bring it back
shouldn't
down.
have-
Don't bring it back down.
Don't bring it back down,
All right.
young fella. Man, that was a highlight play.
Cade almost gets a steal from
Yep.
Jaren Jackson.
But he's got to be careful on those. They call so many fouls.
That's
on
what
those
I'm
too.
saying. Like, you see how many of these weird little just, like, bro, you didn't have to reach
Jaren
in.
Jackson Jr. triple. That should have been a highlight play.
60-51, 10-44.
Cade now walking down. They also got to get him help. I don't like that they just leave Cade to die and bring up the ball when he's getting pressed like that.
Yeah,
Duran,
the pick and roll should actually start sooner
Stu.
than where they're doing it. The pick and roll should be almost as they're coming across half court.
Cade with the block.
Ja Morant.
Stu with the block.
Another one. Let's go.
Jaren Jackson Jr. feeling himself. Another three. Back-to-back threes.
Triple J. I told y'all the talent is on this team. Ja Morant.
Well, let's hope there's not a
Triple
third
J.
one coming.
Sheesh.
Because that is back-to-back threes. Duran gets called for another screen foul. Duran
Gosh.
has
that
to
one
be
was
better
away
there.
from the ball. Like, what the frick happened?
Duran has to be better there. That is the one thing that Duran frustrates
this is what
me
I'm going to
about.
scream about. Like, their weird fouls are the weirdest fouls.
Absolutely.
The weird reach-ins, the weird screen fouls. Like, look at this one. It's like off the ball. That was weak. That's really weak, dog.
I'm telling you, I think a lot of
That
it is
one
he's getting
really
punished
weak.
for his
What
size.
is that?
He's getting punished for his size, and that's unfair.
Did y'all, Jeff, you
Happened to
saw that
Shaq,
play?
too.
I did not.
What the heck was that? That's a foul?
Ja Morant attacking the basket, dumps it off.
Ooh.
Stu gets.
He got Stu on that one.
Damn.
He got Stu back.
He got Stu back.
You live with that.
It's okay. He blocked you a couple times already. Memphis Grizzlies closed the lead to 4. Pistons once were up 12. This is where you would like to see the aggressiveness of those guys, those names, the people who want the bread and the people who got it. Cade Cunningham, Jalen Duran, when he gets back. But Cade Cunningham, you want to see him go out there and
Another open three. Asar with the rebound.
you want to see Cade and Duran. These got to be the guys right now. Your offense
Cade,
is in a little bit of a
give
funk.
it to him right now while he's in the post. Ooh.
They got away with a travel. Oh, they call a foul? Okay. I was about to say, it looked like Asar got away with a travel. So was that Cade back to the basket?
Yes. That's you gotta feed it to him right there. You gotta
There he goes. Back to
Yep.
the basket. That was excellent.
Yep, you gotta give it to him right away. I saw that Duncan ended up being open on the weak side. That would have obviously been a good look had he held it, but Cade, I mean, you gotta get him the easy look when you can.
Yeah, I
Because
see
Cade
Aaron
has
here.
struggled to get good looks today.
Aaron is so right. He says this is frustrating. We have to capitalize on these good defensive stops. You see it.
Yeah.
But that's what we talked about, right? What did we just talk about with the halftime stats? They're giving up an insane amount of offensive rebounds. You got to be able to capitalize. It's not just offensive rebounds. When you get the defensive stop and you go down the court and you miss it and you allow them to come down and get extra possessions, that's what they have to stop. Get some consistency here on this thing. Slow down and get – honestly, with your offense, sometimes they make the offense look very, very good. Very well-oiled machine. Other times, they make it look like it was the hardest thing in the world for them just to end up with a contested layup. So, you know, but shout out to the Pistons, man. And shout out to Nicholas R. What's that? Nicholas R. Haya or Nicholas Raya in the chat. Says, love the show. Hey, man, we love the chat.
Shout out to you. We appreciate you big time.
Yes, Thompson was
Nicholas.
hacked. Let me see.
Need the. Yeah, this offense is very.
Duran dish out to Stu. Passes up to 3. Gets it to Duncan. Now Stu takes the 3. Off the rim.
I would have
He'll
liked
go
him to
off
take that first
today.
one.
I think that they need to put
What's
in
up,
sets
RJ Graham in the chat?
and plays for
Woodward
Cade.
Sports member. Shout out to you.
Hey, shout out.
Jaren Jackson. He's feeling himself. He's feeling himself. Stu with the great defensive play.
Got the rebound, too.
Asar all the way.
Man, this team be missing layups. They be missing some
It
layups.
frustrates me to no end that they
Could've
miss
been
these
and
damn
one.
layups.
Missing some layups.
Can-
Bro, that game has so many and ones this year.
oh my God.
Like,
So many
it's not like they're
points.
missing the and one because the foul was so hard. It's just like, they're just like,
The Mexico City game was
no, I
pretty
got
cool.
a foul, so just throw it up there. Say, come on, strong arm, strong. We don't want just the flails. We know you guys getting to the free throw. I see, look,
Halftime
he's not even
doobie,
missed the
Art.
first free throw.
What are you talking about? We're in the third quarter, man. Tap in. Lock in.
I wonder how behind
Bro's
the
on
stream
dial
is.
up.
He probably paused the stream earlier to take
Yeah.
a little break too.
Yeah.
He's just getting to halftime.
If he's just getting to halftime.
Dog, that's why you want the and one. He missed both of them, but Stu, for the second time this game, he
Cleaned
gets
it up.
the rebound off the Pistons missed free throw. Stu is on one right now. I told them, boy, that tech was gonna wake him up even more.
Jaren Jackson just got a tech.
Pistons are out here crushing right now. Oh, Jaren Jackson's mad. What is he so hot
Shout
at?
out R.
What is Jaren Jackson? Dang, got Cade, bro. You gotta make your free throws.
Free throws.
Oh,
and
man.
the flails.
Damn, Cade. Damn, Cade.
Yeah. What's Jaren Jackson so hot about, bro?
Stu
He don't get
just-
himself
Stu
kicked
just
out the
bodying
game.
him. Just a deserving DPOY player. Stu frustrating him. That's all. Shout out Jaren Jackson Jr.
Come to
just not
Detroit,
today.
Jaren Jackson Jr. You
Yeah,
don't have
come
to
to
worry about
Detroit.
it. Only in practice.
Come to death row. That would be death row if we had Jaren Jackson Jr. too.
I just haven't noticed his defense at all.
Ooh,
Have
might
y'all
have gotten away
noticed
with the travel there.
As much as I like
It's-
Triple J, I haven't noticed his defense
He's
at all
al-
tonight.
I know.
Always been.
He had a good
You know,
he had a
on
good
or
play.
off, you know, with
He had one good play I saw. It was on who was it on? Oh, it was on
boy, I
Dirk.
love Platte, man. He had one good play.
I'll give it to him. Spartan dog.
I usually see some stuff.
Oh.
but- okay.
Good extra pass.
And what?
Great
And
extra
Duncan
pass.
rewards it. Duncan rewards it.
That's
That was
great-
a good
that's
extra
great
pass.
ball movement.
True.
Duncan, man, put in the 3-point shooting on our back.
Freight Train Jay said the game turned off on him. You good, man? Can you get the game back?
You gotta turn it back
And he
over.
just right
Karis
after that,
LeVert
Karis
gotta
LeVert
go.
gotta go. So the game turned off on him, and he
Karis
still was just like,
LeVert
but
do?
It
Karis
gets-
gotta go.
Oh, Asar with the steal.
Throw it up. Throw it.
You don't do
I
that.
love that. I love that.
Throw it up too.
He saw Duncan Robinson on the opposite wing and was like, "No, bro,
Nope.
I'm gonna go for a contested layup." Oh my gosh,
But that's
what a
defense
steal!
leads to
Bro,
offense.
he really went for the contested layup over. Like,
That's
let me
insane.
try this for Duncan.
Karis LeVert got to go. Jay, I promise you it gets better. Keep watching.
Jay, Freight Train Jay
I'm
must
from
be
the
in the beginning
future.
of the stream, huh?
Yeah.
Listen, Karis LeVert is going to be really important to this team, especially given the time that Ivy is not going to be here. Karis LeVert, his shot creation, his ability to go get a bucket by himself, that is going to be really important to this Pistons team without Ivy. Especially if, you know, maybe that time gets delayed, you know, and whatnot. But even when Ivy returns, as someone that can come off the second unit and be a shot creator and, you know, make plays for others, he's going to be really important for this team.
It's them 2 turnovers though. You got to make sure that he doesn't cost the team. With your
Exactly.
limited sample size and limited opportunities to go out there and do something, you want to make sure that he's doing something with that time. Like, I'd rather him miss a shot off of what we know he can do good than to not even have the opportunity to turn over. But in terms of what we know he can do good, we've seen it. He's 2 or 3 on the night. He's put up 4 points. And his movement, it just creates. Yeah. He's been able to dish it off to the person who, you know, he's been able to get the hockey assist a couple times tonight as well. Off of his movement, getting downhill off the ISO, you know, to your point, passing it to the wing, who passes it around to somebody wide open for 3. They've gotten, even the ones where maybe the hockey assist isn't completed, you could still see the level of impact it could have. So I feel you on that one, man. But I want to make sure that those players especially are minimizing the mistakes that they make because they're literally specialists.
Yes.
They're not counted on to be usage players being thrown into, the most diabolical of situations like Cade. Like, Cade would start off the season being full court pressed. What are we doing? You know what I mean? But that was how they started the season on him. So it's like, if you're Karras, that's not happening to you. You can't have 2 assists in the first half of a game. You can't have that. Like, seriously. But overall, I do believe that he's going to be a player, like you guys have alluded to. He's going to be a player for this team. It's just right now, you're waiting for Ivy to get back. You're waiting for offensive chemistry and cohesion. You're trying to figure out what is your actual role on the team in totality. And that's where your coaches are going to help you. And that's why I think we see J.B. Bickerstaff being as bullish as he has been now for a second year in a row with this Detroit Pistons lineup.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think Caris LeVert is somebody that I have been critical of, but he has all the time in the world to change my opinion on him. And I think he will look better with some offensive weapon around. I'm just saying, very tradable contract. Very tradable.
I see you smile at that last little bit there.
Yeah.
Hey, listen here.
I mean, like JB, we used to do the ad reads, and JB was highly abductable. Caris LeVert is highly tradable. Great rebound by Duren. All right, LeVert, show me something.
Pistons are back up 11 points now.
Cade,
13 points now.
With the assist to Stu. That's been something that's been sneaky under the radar. Is Cade and Stu's 2-man game has gotten a lot better this year. I feel like they've been much more in sync on offense this season.
It's because Isaiah Stewart has continued to develop into being as a finisher. Yep. He was always the best screen setter and still is on the squad.
Yes.
He wipes out people. So it's a matter of can you finish once you're the roller. And as he's gotten more efficient at that, I think it has made them just that much more deadly as an offensive combo.
See, like you can't be 5 seconds out this far out from the basket.
I would have liked that shot a little bit more in, but he still hit it.
Cade hit it.
He was confident too.
You can live with that. You can live with those ISO plays, but I just don't like that the ball is 5 seconds out and they're 3 feet back from the 3-point line. This offense has got to be more decisive with its actions.
Yo, the half-court defense has been really, really sound tonight.
Yes.
As Ja Morant hits a tough shot over Duren, they've been in their places and in their position.
I mean, look at the start Ja Morant had and look at where he's at now. 14, 7, and 4. He was at 3, 3, and 3 in the first 2 minutes of the game.
6, 3, 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had 6 points, I think, 3 rebounds and something like that.
You're right.
For players like that, you can't really
Stu.
You want to
wide open again from 3.
Stu. Stretch Stu, man. Let's rock.
I don't understand why he is that wide open, but hey.
Because they don't respect it yet, but they
Gravity.
will. They will.
Gravity. They all looking at Cade. I told you these defenses are weird.
That's off. No.
Cade is like a crumb to these cockroaches in the night, dog. I'm just like
Caris LeVert.
Draws a foul.
Should dish it to the corner. Heat check Stu.
Aaron, I'm sorry to harp on it so much, but I love this Duren Stu combo. Bro, I love it too. You could put it in the chat however many times you need to.
Yep.
Straight up. And thank you guys for being here. I see the lights creeping up there
Come
as
on,
we're watching the Pistons. They're up 74-16. Hey, yeah, look, their biggest lead of the night. 5:16 left in the third quarter. Shout out to the Pistons, man. We're closing in on that light goal. Going ahead and smash the lights on. I mean, the lights on. So go ahead and smash the like button. I see Fright Train Jay. He just put something about a song. He says, "Have y'all heard Beef Stew song?" It is just fire. It is fire. It is fire. Shout out to him too. He's taking up farming. He bought land out in Cali. So Isaiah Stewart.
He needs to do something peaceful. I swear, it's the most violent people that have peaceful pastimes.
Well, his music. I mean, that was pretty good.
Exactly.
It was actually.
Ron Holland, great.
Confident
Good to see
floater.
him. Good to see him not lose his edge with the situation he was in earlier. So you love to see that. Ron Holland has been a very fast key contributor to this Piston team. Faster than I expected. That's been my biggest surprise so far
Good
this season.
defense.
Great defense. Duren, you got to grab that
Straight
rebound.
up and down, hands up and down from Ron
Duren
Holland.
just
on
felt
that
like
one.
he was toying with that one.
Yep.
Duncan Robinson.
Well, no, I was saying Holland on that defensive possession, he did what we were asking him to do as Duren finishes in the paint, pushed the Pistons lead 78-60. It was straight up and down on that defensive possession rather than the cheap reach in or let me try and get a block. There's a reason why these guys don't average 4 and 5 blocks a game. You know what I mean? Because it's not easy to do. If it was, you would snatch everything that you see. So that means that you have to play with defensively sound principles. That's why they're called principles. Because you're going to have to just trust that they are it's a principle. It's a matter. It's not necessarily a matter of fact. And that's where you keep yourself the safest if you're Ron Holland by using your length and using your aggressiveness, using your defensive prowess, and keeping yourself out of
Great pass
reaching.
from Duren. Great pass from Duncan.
Look at the movement, though. It's not a lot of stagnation. People are moving.
Duncan Robinson, man, he has been
21 point lead
spectacular
for your
tonight.
Let's
He's been
go.
spectacular tonight, making not only some good shots, but giving you a lot of hustle on the defensive end, getting some rebounds, some nice rotations, and man, he has moved the ball well. That's why I liked that addition to Duncan Robinson, is because he's somebody that he is very decisive with the ball. Mm-hmm. He will know how to relocate. He will know how to move the ball if his shot isn't there. And you love to see
Good
that
defense.
out of him.
But they give up
Santi
another.
Aldama.
I swear he is feasted on the offensive boards. They give up another offensive rebound. This time, Santi Aldama again. I'm telling you, he's putting in his Pistons audition.
This Memphis team, I'd love to see that. This Memphis team is tough, but they should not be getting as many offensive rebounds as they are.
Yeah, I got to check these updated stats on that because that's pretty wild. But I'm looking at Aldama now, 9 points on the night, a couple old
Well, look at that split, beautiful split action by Duncan, and then to make that pass to Asar, everybody still moving. Ron Holland immediately fires that ball to Duncan Robinson.
Did you see that?
Very high IQ play.
Who got the hockey assist?
The hockey assist was Karis LeVert.
That's what I've been saying. That's his role. So you might not see a whole bunch of stats, but he literally created some aspect of the open shot based on his movement, his ability, his ISO. That stuff matters because a couple years ago we were like, what the heck is up with the Pistons offense? And even last year during certain droughts, there was no movement. Then you get a player like a Dennis Schroeder, and there's movement. Now you get a player like a Karis LeVert, there's going to be a little bit more movement, especially when you get the players who can play within that ISO. So I like that there, man. You're going to see him a lot of times be the guy who hits the guy who gets the assist for the three or for the cut.
Yeah, he had one earlier too. He had one a couple plays ago as well. So I mean, look, Karis LeVert, I need to see more out of him so far than what I've gotten, and I just don't think he's a perfect fit.
Well, he said get rid of. He still said get rid of LeVert.
Yeah, I mean, right now I
tried Karis.
Yeah.
He also said we need to bring back Andre Drummond. I'll pass on that.
I would bring back Drummond. I like my man.
I would not. B-ball
I love him.
B-ball Paul can play over Andre Drummond any day of the week.
I ain't gonna get into it on this show, but I like him. I like Drummond. I've pulled the numbers.
Oh, I like him elsewhere too.
Listen, Kool-Aid, there's a player that I've been calling for the Pistons to acquire, and that is Lauri Markkanen. They have the ability to package something together to get him.
That would be nice.
But his defense is it ain't it?
Hey, listen.
But have you seen what he's been doing offensively? He's averaging 33 a game right now.
Y'all gonna have to tell me this then. Then where has Utah been? They've done everything to build, or they've tried to build around him. And you got Ainge out there. They've tried. They brought talent
Cade.
there.
They have Cade.
Yeah.
They don't have a
you
Cade.
building around
But
him.
okay, look, y'all right now, people right now talking about Cade's usage. You go out there and you put another player in the starting lineup with him that's going to increase the usage and foul opportunities for them. Look, I want Lauri. I'm one of those guys who for years have wanted him, but then when I had to look in at what the defense is, what happens in the playoffs when they attack that man? That's the part, like on the defensive side. That's the
That's
part
a
of it.
scary
It's
thing.
like,
He's
sheesh.
never played playoff basketball.
And those are the little just. We talk so much about the intrinsic values of our players here in Detroit. If grit matters on one side, grit has to matter on the other for me. And that's why I'm just like, man, Lauri would be such a good piece offensively. But what is he if he's not engaged defensively? We sit here and talk about these players who are less talented offensively, and we tell them, y'all got to stay engaged defensively.
But you know what?
That's true.
There could always be that possibility where a different coaching staff brings that defensive, aspect out of him that we haven't seen yet. So, I mean, it does happen.
Hey,
It does
I'll
happen.
tell you what. I've watched him this season. Lauri Markkanen has played like he does not want to be on Utah. He is balling his ass off.
He wants to
Get
be a
me
Detroit
out of
Piston.
here.
Get me out of here.
He wants to be.
I'm
a
telling
Detroit
you.
I'll
Piston.
get you your 4 and 5. I'll get you your generational haul, Danny.
Averaging 33 a game. Just saying, Pistons. You could use some offense.
That's right. I remember when Cade would put up modest numbers, and it would say it's just because he's doing it on a bad team. I personally like Lauri Markkanen, but I just want to know that if he comes here, it's a situation where we know we can depend on him on both sides of the court because that's how the Pistons are thriving right now.
Your concerns are completely valid. As much as I want Lauri Markkanen, I don't think he's a savior, and I don't like the price of the contract for somebody that hasn't played in the playoffs. But I would, depend on the cost, I would roll the dice on that.
I mean, if I had to, yeah.
If you get to the trade deadline and you are, in a prime position to really go after a championship, that's something that has to be thought of.
But who are you giving up if you do that?
That's the conversation.
Because it's going to be steep.
And that depends
You're
on...
You're mortgaging your future and your now.
And that also depends on who has, who's came back, who's played well, who hasn't played well. Who do we think that we can continue to build around alongside Cade Cunningham? I mean, if you have to throw Jaden Ivey in that deal right now, you would, because you haven't seen Jaden Ivey.
Well, it depends, though, because we don't even know what the whole deal would be. So a lot of people would assume it would gut a lot of the identity of the team.
Yeah, it would.
Because you would have to include a Tobias.
Yep.
I'm okay with that. I would.
Because they're swapping the positions.
I would give Tobias up immediately.
But there is some dog that you're going to lose in that swap. I promise you that. There's some dog. Like when you saw Paolo, superstar. I don't think that Lauri is going to match the dog that Paolo is. That's my fear. When you get to playoffs, what do we see in the playoffs? It had to be a star versus Brunson, dog versus dog. That's what we started seeing.
Duran.
Even Cade.
Love
even
that.
Even Cade. There was a level that he now realizes, I got to go up a notch.
And then I'll flip it on you. Because what did we see during that playoff series that hurt the Pistons? A big man that can stretch the floor. How many times did
Cat is a good defensive player too, though.
He is. But offensively, someone that can also hit that big shot or hit that big three that can stretch the floor as a big man, or even get on the post and do work down there. That's really important to offensively, making this Pistons team elite offensively.
I agree. I think that
It's
Lauri
a give and
Markkanen
take.
is one of your best picks that you can get from an offensive standpoint of the disgruntled stars looking to get elsewhere. I just worry about if we're looking at that next level with the Pistons and you talking about each possession mattering, I can see Orlando saying, kill, Paolo go to work. And then you got to worry about it. What if you see the way that they're attacking Duran and getting him in foul trouble. Yes. You see how if Duncan is guarding somebody, they're like barbecue chicken. And now if it's our star player and you have nobody else on the bench because you're paying him and Cade and Duran, it gets tough. And that's the thing. It's more a combination of things. He traveled. Yeah, they called it. Pistons are up 83-68, 125 third quarter. But I get it, man. He's a star-level talent on offense. He really is.
But that's one of the things that we're waiting to see. That's why I say at the deadline that could change a lot because we're waiting to see if Ivy, if Duran, if Asar is going to take that next step to be the second superstar on this Detroit Pistons team.
I think it's Duran in time. I know a lot of people like what Asar is, but I do. I think if he can, it's going to be so easy for him to just walk into 10 to 15 points a night just off of easy Cade feeds. It's like if he can get the other components down, hit your free throws. He's hitting 6.5 a game, and he's hitting a decent clip. I don't think it was on Paul. I think it was on.
No, it was definitely on
Green. Was that Green in front of him?
It was. Yeah, it was.
I think it was on Green.
But that was a good block by Paul.
He should have let. Yeah, I get it because Green is the one that's in between him and the defender. Yeah. You're not supposed to retreat your spot, but just put your hands up. You're not gonna get the steal or the block in that position. Those are the things where I'm like, cut the weird fouls out. I'm gonna create a T-shirt. Hey, just just toss it to him, Tom Gora style. Because these are like that's what I'm saying. These are the small things that tonight is cool because they're up 83-69. And this is a really, really good third quarter by them. Third quarters have haunted them in the past. But you want to see this team be able to improve in these types of games and really exercise these new habits that they're looking to form and develop so that they can be a well-oiled machine going into that second half of the season. But I don't know, man. You got me thinking over there, Jeff.
feeling it. Wow.
50 seconds left in the third. They're
Well,
up 83-70.
That's the part that people don't realize with the Lauri Markkanen trade that is a knock on it, is that, yeah, costing Tobias. The problem is that we need another reliable 4, and you're giving up a good 4 to get a great 4. So yeah, I mean, it's still not necessarily intrinsically a bad idea, but
you're gonna give up another
you're still
player, and you're
still sacrificing depth though. You're
Yeah,
still
and
sacrificing
those are the
depth,
components
and
of
that's
it.
the
And draft
issue you need.
picks.
Like, yeah, if that's why some people are looking at, hey, maybe you thread the needle and you get Santi Aldama, who's a third of the price, and
That's what
he's
I'm liking.
half the player.
And I like
And that
him
math
just
works.
because his versatility. Like a lot of people say, "Oh, so he only plays 2." There's minutes to go around right now. You see, they play the 3 bigs already,
Yep.
and they're pushing Ron Holland into that position as well, just out of necessity and need. And players get into foul trouble.
Yep.
We need
And
to
I
lock
love
in.
I love Jermichael Green, but obviously, I mean, his role is expendable on this team.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there is something to what you're saying as it relates to the elite ability, the superstar ability of Lauri Markkanen's offense.
And one of the players that I, kind of was wanting the Pistons to take a look at in the draft, alongside Chaz Lanier, was Ryan Kalkbrenner. That's he plays for the Hornets. He was going to be like a big on this team that
Big
can come
3 to
in
close out the
offensively.
They're on
quarter.
a 12-0 run right
Transition
now.
Transition 3. Oh,
Oh, who was that?
Levert
Is that LeVert? Almost
12-0
Levert
run
into
for
the
Memphis.
third
almost
quarter.
did
Finish off
something
the
to
quarter.
stay on the team. No,
Man.
I'm kidding.
If you don't make that shot, you're off.
Yeah.
83-74 to close the third quarter.
Memphis closed it very strong. That was not a good third quarter close for Pistons.
It
When
wasn't.
Cade
They
Cunningham
were
went
on an 8-0 run, and then I think
Memphis had a 12-0
I think it's
run.
11-0
this
run.
round.
They got up almost by 20, and Memphis has shrunk that down.
Not good.
yeah.
Not
So they
good.
went 11-0 run in that quarter. The Pistons, man, you want to see them go and turn back up the urgency. And when I say I want to see a team go out and play consistency, do I believe that they can do that every single play of the game? No. But do I believe that there are pockets and times when you know to turn it up? Yes. And up until that third quarter, what had the Pistons done well? Played well in the last 2 to 3 minutes of each of these quarters. This last 3 to 4 minutes of the third quarter, it almost puts just a little, it takes a little bit of the shine off of how well they played in that third to start it. But then you see the Memphis Grizzlies go on a little bit of an 11-0 run, and you start to not necessarily worry, but now the Pistons are only up 9 points. You see? So this is where I want to see the Pistons go, put their foot back down, and take control from a defensive standpoint. Get in there and get the scrappy aspect going, because you're still seeing the Memphis Grizzlies get in there and get these offensive rebounds, man. I see Sean's in there. He says, great teams blow this game out. I don't know, man. Like Ja Morant and Triple J are not slouches, man. But the Pistons tonight, the average they were on a pace of giving up 5 offensive rebounds per quarter. They do that again in the third quarter. Another 5 offensive rebounds to the Memphis Grizzlies. And these are things I want to see the Pistons get better at. They're getting beat now 32-39 on the boards. And their free throw shooting. They were 15 of 17 at halftime. They're now 15 for 20. So you got 3 free throw attempts in that last quarter. They missed them all.
Yeah, the free throw shooting today has not been great.
Or I'm sorry. They made 2. They were 13 of 15. They made 2 and they missed the others.
Okay. Yeah, look, this Pistons team, this has been a defensive-led lead so far for the Pistons, if I'm saying it right. What's led them this game so far has been their defense, and they have to continue that going into the fourth quarter because, look, I'm honestly, as much as Cade Cunningham can turn it around, he does not look to be having the best offensive game in terms of being able to get his own shot because they are selling out on Cade Cunningham. Guys like Duncan Robinson have played great, stepped up. Ron Holland's giving you great minutes, and you're going to need a couple of those stringed with some stops, and you have the recipe for success. This is going to be an ugly game for the Pistons, but that's kind of what you sign up for.
Yep. You see the double teams, and now you see how out of place the Memphis defense was.
Yeah.
They looked at Cade. I told y'all it'd be so funny sometimes. The whole defense started to run at Cade, He passed it before they could get to him.
Wow.
And then they're all getting back kind of discombobulated, and it's an easy layup for Stu.
Just let Asar bring it up.
Yep. I liked it. They sent a double team at him.
That was
Did y'all
crazy.
see that?
Yeah, that's crazy. He is not Cade
Double
Cunningham.
team on Cade.
Oh, I would have pulled that.
All right, let's see how they run this double. So he's going to try and tag from – nope. That's
And one.
insane, bro.
That's what I'm talking about, Cade.
That's insane. Just how much attention that he attracts, man.
And
You
you know,
talk
He's
about
getting double
gravity.
teamed everywhere.
And like
Look at
you
that.
said, he had that. He could have pulled up for that 3-pointer.
That's
I also
insane.
think he could have got a midi at that point too, but he got to the bucket.
Yeah, that's a dunk. The Grizzlies got a couple players I wouldn't mind having as some depth pieces, dog. They got a couple players.
They
I'm like, you
always
know
do.
what? Y'all
They
ain't going
always
nowhere
do.
this year. Huh?
They always do.
Goodness. All right, let's go, guys. Oh, don't leave him wide open. Missed it anyway.
But you
They
get
give up
then
another
again,
offensive rebound.
and it's a lack of effort there.
16 offensive rebounds is insane, man. And the game's not over. They're going to give up almost 20 offensive rebounds at this pace. Over.
Yeah, they've gotten killed on the glass. Unacceptable. Duncan. Oh, I would have shot that.
Oh, man. Come on, y'all.
Jeez. That looks like a travel
dropped
student.
the
K's dropping dimes, dog.
dropped the pass.
He's dropping some
It was
dimes.
so clean.
Hey, we got a super chat. I ain't say that. Young Chris and Kool-Aid
Oh,
on a Monday
good block.
nightcap. Let's go, boys. Appreciate
Hey.
the hard work and dedication. Late shows. Reminiscent of Woodward nights. Check it out.
Shout out, man. I
Thank you.
understand that,
Gotta
man.
finish
Thank
Appreciate
shows,
you.
man.
Appreciate you.
Hey, let's continue to smash that like button, people.
Absolutely. We had 100 yet?
Okay, dives on the floor for it.
He likes
I like
away
that.
from 100.
I don't know what the refs just called, but I like the
there,
fact that
Jack.
K just dived on the floor for that. Whoa, what a block.
Guys, we should have 100 likes. What are we doing here? Grizz do crash the glass very well. That is true. But yeah,
But that's
Jay
what I'm saying.
Hart.
It's that length and height. Like I would love to be able to run a couple more guys like that at the rim for the Pistons too, because our guys are effort. Yep, blocks per game this season, steals per game. Their stocks 16 stocks per game.
tied for second most. in
Time
the
for
league.
second. Y'all know I like me some stocks, man. I've been following that on Woodward Pistons. I like my wing players and my forwards to have that ability, and Cade Cunningham as a point guard. is
Asar,
another
there's one right there contributing to it. Duncan Robinson. Oh,
Cade has been splitting these double teams and such. What a finish.
And that, once again, that's defense leading offense. Great
And that's
play
how this
by
team's
Asar.
going to have to get it. If they're not a great three-point shooting team, if they're not a great half-court team with a lot of optionality, you have to get stops and score.
Hey, yo, shout out to my guy Jay Hart, man.
Shout out Jay Hart.
I know he just tapped in, but he said, "Is it just me or does Green smoke more layups than Magruder?" Because we were talking about it earlier. Like, I love his energy and effort, but bro, you gotta make them layups.
He's one of those guys that you kind of like. You watch him
Cade
play. And he's
downhill.
like,
Cade, strong take,
Give him his. Okay,
gets the foul
I'm
call.
about to say, dog, they tripping if they don't give him that one.
Green's one of those guys when you watch him play, he kind of looks out of control when he goes to the basket. That's why you kind of like see those missed layups because he's
Yep.
kind of out of control with it.
Yeah.
Shout out to Asar Thompson, man. Just doing his absolute thing tonight. Hey, Ryan Glinsky in the chat. Shout out to my booth mate on Braylon Edwards' show with Shep from 2 to 4, Monday through Friday. Make sure you guys tap in. Ryan, man, I'm happy to see his success, bro. Really, really, really happy to see his success, man. One of the good guys here. Just like our booth here, we got Brendan in the sound booth. We got
Shout
Jeff
out.
in the TD booth. You talking about people who they're like, look, we love the Pistons. We like the opportunity what sports provides. I'm there. So shout out to you guys. How you feeling tonight, Brendan? As the
feeling
Pistons
great.
go up 90-78, they actually hit some free throws. 9:15 left in the fourth quarter. What up, though, Brendan?
This is a great game. I'm loving it so far. Good lead built up. Wish we would have held the bigger
three.
lead, but whatever.
Oh man,
That's bad timing.
people see games like this and I don't know how your first thought isn't, yo, how do we get this type of help for Cade?
Yeah.
But no, I mean largely they've been actually holding this team in check, shooting better than this team by far. So Cade does have the help.
Cade finished the layup. But Stu cleans it up.
Isaiah Stewart, man. If I have to pick a potential player of the game, Stewart's been doing his thing. 22 points. He does lead the Pistons tonight.
Yes.
11 rebounds for Isaiah Stewart.
Wow.
3 assists, and check this out, 3 blocks.
Stu's
in
your
the
player of
start.
the game. Hey, Kool-Aid, remember that tally I'm keeping track?
Ooh.
I think he's got Duren today. I think he's got Duren in this one.
Yeah. And I see we just hit the light goal. Let's zoom
Shout
through it
out.
now. Let's zoom through it, y'all. Let's zoom through it.
Hell yeah.
We want a good finish to the game for the Detroit Pistons. I think our chat family, they
I
have
think
a
you're
definite good close to this stream. Make sure if y'all didn't get the opportunity to, that you're going ahead and smash that like button. We're here.
Smash it.
Hey, fourth quarter for the Pistons.
I think you're seeing what you want to see from this Piston team down the stretch here. You're seeing Cade be aggressive, look to score, not pass. I think that is what you want to see from this Pistons team down the stretch. And that is what will lead to a win, is great defense fueled by Cade Cunningham dominating in the half court, being aggressive, looking to attack every moment he can. I think that is the biggest thing that the Pistons want to do, and I think that's the winning formula for this team as they get into close games, which they will be in many close games this season with how they play. If you don't have a lot of three-point shot variance, you will be in a lot of close, ugly, nasty games, and that's how you pull it out. You have a superstar delivering in those moments, fueled by defense, backed by defense, and I think that's what you're seeing tonight.
And he's been very, very aggressive both ends of the court. He does lead the Pistons in fouls at 4 tonight. So you want to see him be able to play this last 8:47. You're going to have to play not necessarily cautious, but you're going to have to play smart. Because I know that one thing Cade doesn't want to do is back off of his aggression. But he does have 4 fouls, just to let you guys know. But he also is tied with Duren for the lead in plus-minus tonight, if you are a believer in plus-minus. They lead the whole team at 15, and they are Asar Thompson is at 10, but they're the only ones that are above 10. Everybody else is 9 and below other than Asar Thompson. So it's cool to see that Jalen Duren and Cade Cunningham, their level of aggression is leading this thing. Cade is shooting 63% tonight from the floor and 1 of 2 from behind the arc. So overall, he's just having an absolutely good impact on this game across the entire stat sheet. 19 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists for Cade. But think about what the stats would look like if he had hit the 4 free throws he missed tonight. 4 of 8 from the free throw line. This Pistons team would be up just about 15 points right now, 16 points if that were the case.
Do you think that's a little bit of just legs, fatigue?
I think it's like almost like getting like training camp is tough, and then you're going right into the game where it gets even tougher. So you're beating each other up in practice. Now something is this. At the same time, you're also trying to gain chemistry. So I think it's like a convergence of things for some of these players when they start off the year, especially you called it out. The different defenses that he's facing this year. That gets you thinking. They get you a little bit more sped up.
Ooh, Asar.
Yeah.
See, that's still that's how youth showing. A little too much of that.
Yep. I think as things slow down more and more for Cade, you're going to see better shooting.
Asar to the basket. Good
I like
finish.
That was a great finish by him.
Sar's been doing his thing, man. Shout out to
Absolutely.
Sar.
Jaren Jackson goes right at Stu and gets the bucket. That was a nice pro move there.
Duncan does have 11 points on the night. He is 3 of 8 from behind the arc, 4 of 9 for the game. So all he does is hit and shoot threes.
That's all he does.
He had that one blow by, though. Don't forget. That was very fast. Cade for 3.
For a turtle.
Oh,
Wait.
Still Pistons ball.
say that was definitely a rebound for Asar, and it looks like honestly he could have been following that.
Yo, good defense by Cade.
Look at Asar. Just hold it for a second, then be like, all right, if nobody wants this, I'm just going to take this
But
myself.
Cade, I love that he played that decisive rather than remember the one we saw him stop and then pull up off of a fast pace? Like, bro, all the way. Like, stop all of that crap. You too athletic. You are bigger than everybody else out there. Like, rock.
Cade
Cunningham floater.
Look at this, man. I mean, his field goal attempts, I got to look at him by quarter. I mean, the amount of field goals he's attempting this quarter.
I mean, Pistons send me that breakdown. I'm let me see if they've been sending it out.
I'm telling you, Cade has always been third, fourth quarter. He starts to heat up. He starts to try to take over. He gets a lot more shots.
They are getting a little sloppy defensively, though. Their offense is picking up, but their defense is losing its edge a bit.
All right, y'all wait for him to email that the stats.
And Cade,
It'll have the per quarter
with the
breakdown.
turnover, thought he got fouled there. Memphis gives it
turned
right
over,
back.
yeah.
What's that?
Saying that Memphis turns it right back over.
And you
Yep.
see who they're bringing in. You see the defense starting to lag a little bit. Look who comes in, Ron Holland.
6 minutes, 38 seconds left
I mean,
to
look,
go
it's
in this game.
relentless. It's relentless. This Piston team, the youth is relentless on this team.
And you know what? I don't
JD
even
back
mind
in
the
the game,
Pistons leading their opponents in fouls. I just have a problem with the fact that your fouls, they need to be impactful fouls if you're going to foul. They need to be fouls that make a player actually think, you know what, I don't want to go into that paint like that, or I know that there's punishment, so when I go in, I might wince just a little bit. You know, that's, you know, if you're going to foul, foul. But the reach-ins, the stuff that's just getting you taken off the court, or the stuff that's effectively putting the other team in the bonus, even though they're not really earning it, that to me is the stuff that I'm hoping they can get under control, because when this team is allowed to play together, you know, when Jalen Duren's not in foul trouble, when Asar Thompson's not in foul trouble, when Cade's not in foul, they're putting up some good flashes, and they don't even have the offensive chemistry. Cade with another
Big
3,
time.
dog. 99-86, 627. Cade Cunningham.
Third straight
takeover.
game. Third straight 20-point game for Cade Cunningham now.
Yeah, imagine if he hit those free throws. Come on, bro. Still love you, Cade.
Yeah, I got him in fancy. I could use some free throws.
Yeah. He has 24, 5, and 7, man. That stat line is just already sick.
Travel?
Future Piston, let's go. That was only 2 steps. Future
Hell of an
Piston.
au-
said-
hell of an
Tell me he's not
audition.
putting on the audition,
Hell of
Platte.
an audition.
Making this case for you.
I like you, Paul Reed, but
Can I interest you in Karis LeVert?
yeah.
Lots of hockey assists. Doesn't show up on the stat sheet.
I mean, technically, we
Cade. Oh, my goodness, if he had that one. Oh, damn.
It's going to be a block.
Nah, my man just pulled up.
Oh.
Oh, who's down? Is that Cade?
Yep.
Get up, brother. Get up, brother. There we go.
Okay.
Get up, brother. Get up.
My life
good,
flashed
he's good.
before
Get
my
up,
eyes.
bro.
Me too.
He's good.
My
He's
life
good.
flashed before my eyes.
Dude, this guy, Cade Cunningham, man. He looks like he is just. He looks like he's been in a cave fighting for his life for 6 months. It's insane. It's insane the amount of damage on his body, the scars, the
gigantic
eye.
scar that's just sitting on his left arm.
Yeah.
I don't actually know the story of that.
I don't know.
I
what
think it
either.
might be from when he had the surgery on his leg. But I'll try and get the full surgery. I think it actually might be surgery scars.
Mm.
Yeah. So I'm gonna ask him though, just
Whatever
to,
it is, it
just to
looks
see.
tough.
But in terms of the last game, there was a picture I posted from the arena. One of them was zoomed in on him on a bench. Every time he's going to the bench, he's putting the ice to his face. And then when you saw him on the screen, he was like, you know, licking his lips or whatever. We're like, what's going on? And you realize it's like swollen and it looked like he got busted in the lip.
'Cause he
So
did.
it wasn't just the black eye, but then all of a sudden it was the mouth, and then you see something on the cheek. And it's like, hey, my man going, and then the arms, yeah, you can see scratches all over.
Great
the arm.
great defensive adjustment by Memphis, but the Pistons get it right back.
Green is such a pest, man.
Jalen Duren they tricked Jalen Duren into making the roll to the corner. This time Jalen Duren takes it for himself.
Oh yeah,
and
this is the no
scores.
Cade lineup again, right?
Yep.
Oh, so they took Cade out after that?
Yep. They took Cade out. Up
Let's
11.
see if he returns here.
Ja Morant in right now.
Cade's over there on the bench, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, there he goes.
Do you like that they do this? This like take Cade out midway in the fourth.
I'm wondering if they did that because of the fall, because he was still hunched over. I think they would have left him because he was going.
Yeah.
There's no need to pull him out right now
Yeah.
at all. He was going, and it's not like Memphis. Memphis is still scoring. The Pistons went up, and Memphis is now starting to pinch back into that lead. They will go up there 15-20, then Memphis closes it back to 10. So I don't know. And no, last year when it happened, I absolutely disliked it. I love a
did
lot
too.
of things JB Bickerstaff does, but sometimes I'm like, just let him cook. But I don't know why. I kind of want to ask him, like,
You should ask him if it's
The
if it's a Cade thing, like, because Cade is very much a flow type of person. You know, he's very much, when it comes to the game, he's very invested in that
Duncan
part.
got fouled. They're not gonna give him that.
Oh, what
Nice.
Was that Sar?
Great play by I believe that was Holland.
Oh, wow.
Nothing hit the rim. Someone's gonna have to shoot.
Where's the call?
They gave him no call on that.
What the hell?
That's wild.
And now they are running it. Memphis in transition. Ja Morant.
Hey, gets a
Oop.
little highlight. Ooh.
I mean, come on now. That's definitely a foul. They gotta call that.
All right,
Cade
gotta
goes out
lock
the
it
game.
in.
Complexity changes just a little
Yeah.
bit.
And it's
I hope
time
he's
to
okay.
go right back in.
Timeout Detroit. You're probably going to get Cade back in here.
He's okay. Put him back in.
Yep. But like I was saying, I think this team just needs more juice in the non-Cade minutes. They need more juice, and I don't know what that juice is coming from.
That
But-
juice is Jaden Ivey when he comes back.
I
Until
agree with
then-
that.
Well, yeah, when he comes back, but I'm talking about in the meantime.
Okay, got the
Meantime,
fifth foul.
like,
3-on-3. Kurt just said he took him out because he got that fifth foul. Yeah. Sheesh, that's not good. This Pistons team's gonna have
But
to
you know
weather
what?
a couple minutes here without Cade. You probably bring him back last.
I'd say you put him back
I'd
in
bring
now.
him back now.
I mean,
I'd bring him back now. It's
I'd
the
bring him
final
back
4
right now.
minutes. Yep.
He's shown that he can play smart before. So I mean, now it's like, don't limit him to that, and lose the game because you didn't want to put him back in. And you put him back in maybe 2 minutes left, and he's kind of lost his mojo a little bit. He's lost that little bit of fire that he was going on just now.
I see Jay Hart in the chat. He said, I mentioned this with Pistons Talk. Shout out to Anthony Colombo, Pistons Talk. He says, but Green can play a P.J. Tucker type role for us. Thoughts? And at first, I don't know why I read P.J. Washington. I'm about to say, Washington be cooking on offense. Boy, when he gets
That's
going.
a player
That's
like.
who I want. Yeah.
You talk about players to get. Obi Toppin and P.J. Washington are right at the top of my board.
That's-
P.J.
Over-
Washington would be my
over
cheap
Santiago
Laurie
down.
marketing, though. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like, you
Absolutely.
know what?
Absolutely.
But
He's
that's
not-
a player that is not going to be available. Like, you don't have the availability to go get him because of the fact that
Yeah.
if the
Yeah.
Mavericks are anywhere close to playoff contention, they're not getting rid of PJ.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. But, and you said with Obi Toppin?
Obi Toppin, because he gives you both that lob threat and that 3-point shooting.
I'm not mad at that.
I love
at that
Obi
at all.
Toppin.
And he's a
I feel like
5'4".
He's a professional player.
Yep,
the Pacers
professional
would do
player,
that?
energy guy. This fits right in with this team. You can run it with multiple lineups.
The only thing about Obi Toppin is, would the Pacers be willing to trade to a division rival?
Yeah, that would be tough.
That's where you get to thinking,
Jeff, do you know how to turn off the? Here, I'll get it actually.
And I'll speak to Jay Hart while you do that. Just to answer the question, yeah, in terms of PJ Tucker being somebody who goes out there and from an aspect of physicality, from an aspect of just, my job is to go out here and be a pest on the defensive side of things and to be active offensively and throw my weight around. Yeah, I think that, Green can be one of those guys, and that's what he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why he got the belt after that game, in the last game from Cade. Even though you saw the big gaudy statistical numbers from Cade and Duran, it was Green who they said, you know what? Hey, it's you who's getting this thing. All right, they're at 101, 94, 4:15 left. Is that Cade they brought in? It looks like it's Cade Cunningham back in the game. So I think JB Bickerstaff heard us and said, hey, you know what? That Woodward Pistons crew, man. I think I'm going to listen to them. Let's get Cade back in this game.
Let's get Cade back in this game. Ball knowers said so. Ball knowers said Cade needs to be back in the game. Cade went back in the game. I'm just saying.
Jay Hart said, dang, the Grizzlies broadcast just announced their player of the game. Who's they announced, Jay Hart? I'm curious now.
Stu,
Woo! He got his get
right
back.
away.
He got his get back. He got his dunk on. Dang, now I wonder who they announced for their player of the game.
I bet you they gave it to Jaren Jackson Jr.
It's got to be, right? Sheesh, man. Dog.
Jeez. See, help Cade.
Wait, what are their threes at now? Because they weren't shooting that well.
Defensively, we got to pick it up.
Yeah, they picked their threes up to 33.3%. They were 20% in the first
Yes.
half. So their threes have picked up. I was like, they're like really hitting threes in the second half.
Duren with the great offensive rebound, kick out. Duncan with the great veteran play. Stu wide open.
They picked Cedric Howard as their player of the game.
Who?
What the hell?
He got 17 off the bench, but what?
I wouldn't say player of the game.
They are giving him an and one for Jaren Jackson Jr.
He got talent on his team, y'all.
The Grizzlies are
even their player of the game,
right
Cedric
now.
Howard.
The Pistons. Look, that was a crucial stretch. Isaiah missed a wide open three and then commits the foul here. I don't know his foul situation currently. I'm sure we will see that in a moment. I don't know if that is Stu's 6th foul. I don't believe it is. I don't believe he is in foul trouble. But
No, Isaiah Stewart had 1 foul before that.
okay, great. So Isaiah Stewart,
24 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists.
still
for Stu, and
huge
3
swing.
blocks.
Huge swing. You talk about a 6-point swing right there between missing a 3 and giving up a 3-point play.
my
It is
goodness.
now a 3-point game with 3:09 left. Lots of threes right here. Kool-Aid.
103, 100.
I mean, look, this is going to come down to the wire. This Memphis team has fought all game. The Pistons were able to make a lot of defensive stops, which led to some easy buckets. But now this gets to half-court offense. It's not the game you want to play if you're the Pistons. You want to be the team that's getting the stops, getting out in transition, getting your easy buckets. But now they are forced to be a half-court game. You're going to see a lot of Cade actions. I think a lot of Duncan Robinson actions. What are you kind of looking for in these closing possessions for the Pistons?
Honestly, Cade. I'm looking for Cade, Duren, Cade, Stu pick and rolls. You know, if I'm looking for relocations, actions, and dives by if it's Ron Holland, Duncan Robinson, or Sar Thompson out there, yes. But when you're coming down to 3 minutes in the game, we're already in clutch moments. The game is within 5 points within the last 5 minutes of the game. This has to be in the hands of the people who want the bread. You got one guy's contract already, tapped in, and you have another guy who's hoping his can be there this summer. And so I think it's about those guys. Everybody else, no. Maybe in the first quarter you're probing. No, this is the time where they get theirs off of the gravity you create looking for yours now. And that's what I want to see out of Cade. What was working for this team before he went out the game? Cade looking for his. As soon as Cade sat, what do we see the Memphis Grizzlies do? We say, okay, you guys are going to have to weather this little storm. My man was out the game for just a few minutes, and the lead is gone. So I think it's got to be more Cade. Now, they do got Sar. Is that Sar bringing the ball up?
It is.
To avoid the double team, so they're probably going to run some sets on the opposite side for Cade, which they did. And you see that the defense just knows. The defense knows. They don't care about nobody else on the court right now. Triple team, Cade, he got the foul.
Jaren Jackson Jr. with the foul.
Double team with a third hedge. Like, that's what it's going to be. And that's what I'm saying. What is he doing? Y'all ask me what I want to see? That. Aggressive Cade, go out there and push the freaking issue. Because look at that. 3-4 players are on him. It doesn't matter. Get to the free throw line. Now you got to make these free throws, though.
And the good thing about this, Stu and Duren, you saw them both ready to clean up the offensive glass. They need to be able to take advantage of Cade drawing all those extra bodies in those rotations.
That's what I mean. So sometimes he'll be like, you know what, I can get to the free throw line or I can get to layup. Other times, because you saw how many players around him, 3 solidly, and then a 4th one came over later. Your Duncan Robinson take, that's where it's going to be there, and he has to hit that.
Yeah,
it can't be. Cade is getting open shots for people. The 3-point shooters are missing, and then we say, well, Cade had turnovers because ain't nobody doing nothing. That's what happened in the back half of that
Jr.
Knicks.
misses an open
Yes,
three.
let's
Stu
go,
with the
Stu.
rebound.
Hey, you know what? Slow it up.
Yep.
You got it's in your your court, literally.
Cade Cunningham.
Let's go.
Bucket.
And what did he do? Did he wait?
No.
He may
That's what
have
I'm saying. When they get that
Right at
angle,
him.
just go.
he may have gotten hit in the face again there. I saw him grab his face a little bit, but he looks to be okay.
He looks actually a little. You could tell when a player is fired up on the court. Look how far out he's playing defense.
Yeah.
He's mad and fired up. And I don't think that's the Cade that Grizzlies want out there on the court.
Duren with the
You know what I'm
aggressive
saying? When you're out
closeout,
there,
but
when
a
you get
great
mad
three.
even and pick up ball, and all of a sudden
Oh,
you're
yeah.
guarding the man full court. He come past half court, you slapping the floor. You know, like I see that. I see a little bit of that Cade right now, man. Let's see what it translates to an offense. They're at 107-103 with 145 left in the 4th quarter. They're playing aggressive with him. You seen them bumping, splits the double team. Passes back out. No dunking. No. Find Cade. Actually, good pass.
Oh,
Got
shot
the
clock
foul?
violation. No, shot clock violation. He didn't get it up in time.
I think he should have just tried to go up.
Straight
Like
up.
right when he got it. That's a good defensive possession. Oh, he did get hit. That's a good defensive possession by the Grizzlies.
Wide open three. Missed. Cade Cunningham will bring it up. That's big.
That was wide open when I rimmed out.
That is big time. Cade Cunningham is going to work the clock.
Yeah, it'd be nice
Get
if
in
we could get
action.
a bucket or some free throws right here, man. Don't back into the W, but we'll take any W we want.
He's got the matchup he wants. Ja Morant. Get the
bumps
mid-range.
bumps him off. Hit
Finish
Cade!
it.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Bro, the shot, like I knew it. Like, yeah, Cade, man.
Asar with the steal.
on the other side.
Cade bringing
another
it up.
bucket, Another bucket. No. Give it back to him.
Yep.
Give it back to him. Give it back to him. Oh, wow. You see how they pressing all the way up on him?
They have to.
They're not letting Cade get the ball right now, dog. They're gonna call the foul on Cade, isn't it? Oh, they let that go.
He's about to do it again.
Cade. Close him.
Oh my God.
Close him.
Woo! You asked me what I wanted to see? That
was great.
That. Just go. Dog.
That was great.
Dog. Look at the chat, boy. Cade. It's all in the
My
chat.
God.
I love this play here. Look at
Right
this. You were
at
too little. You were too little.
Recognize the mismatch and went right after him.
And then they put the bigger defender on them. Doesn't matter. 3 in the
that's-
grill, bro.
And you know what? And for the people that
That-
are worried about the Cade Cunningham
man. I love
3-point
this stuff.
percentage, there you go.
Goodness, man.
That was great. That was absolutely electric.
Brendan, I keep going. I gotta keep checking the temperature, bro. How's it feeling?
Dude, that was awesome.
Look at him.
That was
That's
awesome.
Hey, you gotta put the camera on him real quick, dog. His face.
That was awesome, man. Oh my God, he's hot right now.
That was a great stretch.
That's
great
what we
stretch.
want.
That's the
I don't-
stuff you need to see from Cade Cunningham
Hey.
throughout the season. If you want Cade Cunningham to be the MVP, those are MVP moments. Now you have to do it
Yep.
in bigger stages, national televised games. You can't have those duds on Peacock like you had against the Cavs. You have to
But
have
those
those
will
moments.
happen.
They
But
will.
far and
Yeah.
few in
They
between.
will happen
Yep.
few and far between.
Yeah.
But you have to take advantage of those moments, and Cade Cunningham absolutely did so.
Remember when people
33,
like
8, and
4
5.
points? Now he is 33, 8, and 5 on
33,
12
8,
of
and
20
5.
field goal.
Great field goal percentage.
19
19
points
in
in
the
the fourth, dog.
Closer.
Look, go back and watch early Woodward Pistons. I don't have to sound like a broken record. Y'all already know what the deal is, man. Y'all already know what the deal is. This was a prototypical Cade Cunningham game, in my opinion. Probes all game, and then goes ballistic in the second half.
That guy has been
We get a
shooting the
three,
shit
man.
out of the ball.
Yeah, hit future Piston too. Get him on.
Yeah, get him
As
here.
soon as he,
I told you the Grizzlies are one of those teams who I said in the beginning of the year.
Oh.
Look at the Grizzlies, dog. Look at the Grizzlies as a team that you're like, you know what? Let's pluck
Asar,
some of their cheap
risky
talent.
play. Risky play. Dribbled it up court, right into a trap. Luckily, got fouled.
Okay.
Kool-Aid, did
That
you see what
could have
they
been
did
bad.
As soon as
Yeah.
Cade caught the inbound ball?
What'd you say?
Did you see what they did as soon as Cade caught the inbound ball?
Yep.
Double immediately.
Yep.
Immediately.
In the
Double.
corner.
They're not. Oh,
9 straight
come
points
on,
for
Asar.
Cade.
54% from the free throw line this year, and he's 104 tonight. That's like I told people. Someone asked me like, "Yo, what you think you're gonna do from 3 this year?" I'm like, I just want him to hit free throws.
Yes.
If he gets that right, that shot goes a long way. If you've played
Absolutely.
ball, you know how
You
far
know,
a
yes.
good free throw rhythm will get you
Yes.
as it relates to everywhere else on
yeah.
the
If you
court.
can
So I'm
shoot,
just like,
if
just
you
shoot.
can shoot
And
a
it's the
free
same
throw,
thing with Duren too. It
will
makes him.
make your 3-point shot much better.
Yeah, it makes him. It makes him
Dog,
also
he missed
shy
them
away
both.
from context.
Stu got the rebound again. For the 4th time tonight, Stu gets the offensive rebound off
Great
of his
play.
own team's missed free throw.
But
That's
what,
insane.
That's awesome.
what I wanted to say about the Asar free throw shooting is that we correlated with Duren, right? And if you aren't making free throws, you start to lose that aggressive mentality attacking the basket because you don't want to go to the line. So it's just as big for inside scoring as it is for outside scoring.
It's his first
Because
free
I'd love
throw.
Asar to be a great 3-point shooter. I'd love for him to even be a decent 3-point shooter. But honestly, I don't need him to be. If he is a great interior finisher and good free throw shooter, you are good with that.
If Asar can somehow get to 30% from three,
This is a good win.
that's all I would. I mean,
This is
that's,
a great
that's
win.
pretty much
Jaren
all you can
Jackson
really ask for
Jr.
from him.
Don't even
Triple
care.
try
This is a really
off.
good win.
Cade Cunningham will dribble
That's
it
gonna
out.
be a Pistons
Presumably the
W.
Pistons
Great win.
114.
Great win.
106.
And you know what?
Shout out to everybody in the chat here.
I don't know who to get a player of the game to. You got Stu and you got Cade. Stu, we know Cade closed
Yeah.
things out. Stu was heart and soul all night for this team
Yep.
as well. This was a good one, man. Pistons win 114-106. It is officially final, man. You see Cade and Triple J embrace. And just in his eyes, Triple J is like, man, I wish I could be over there on that team. You see, he saw the face?
I want to go back to Michigan.
Yeah, bring me home. Yo, always saying Devin Booker come home. Hey, Triple J, come home, bro.
Come home.
You talk about a
Hell
player.
yeah.
I would take the
I
flyer.
mean, there's
Duncan
conversations
Robinson
about
to the
his
Grizzlies
pay, too.
confirmed.
There's
He's talking to the assistant
there's
coaches,
conversations about his pay, too. Not a fan of that contract.
man. Hey,
Who?
well, you know what? Let me get these stats off for
Triple
the people,
J?
man. You guys tell me. Let's get a poll. Let's ask the people who their player of the game is, if it's Cade Cunningham or Isaiah Stewart. We'll go for about 30. I don't want to hold the guys too late because we're going to be doing this all season.
All season.
And you and I got some dates on these some of these road games.
Absolutely.
As well as some of the home ones. So you'll be tapping in with me on some of these home ones. I know
100%.
in the future. I'll be in arena. I'll try and get some of my media buddies to tap in. Again, shout out to Natalie Curran, Omari Sankofa, Dr. Darius, and some of the others. Cody
shout out
Davis,
everybody.
Hunter Patterson for showing up on the last stream. Shout out to
That
you
was
guys
dope.
for being here too, man. But shout out to Platte too. You know, I know our
Thank
booth
you.
has been on point. Brendan,
Thank you.
I'm glad to have you here for the first one, man. It's been awesome looking there and see just your enthusiasm all night. Jeff, I know you love this, so he was like, look, bro, I just want to do anything you need me to do, I'm there. But Platte, this has been years in the making, bro. And we're going to get
Absolutely.
to the Pistons post game. I'll give you guys these stats for Stewart and Cade, but I just want to say, man, brother, especially after a win with the Feel Goods, glad to be up here doing this with you. You deserve this. You deserve this, bro.
Thank you for giving me the credit, but I do say that, I feel a little bit uncomfortable when you give me the credit because you put in just as much, if not more, work than me when it comes to this Piston team. You cover this team. You've been doing it excellent, giving this Pistons coverage to this network for years. So it is an honor to do this post game show with you. I'm excited, man. I'll kick it off while we're waiting for people to get their votes in. Player of the game.
Let me read these stats, and then you
go
take
ahead.
over
Go
with
ahead,
yours.
yep.
So I'll read the stats just to set the table. Isaiah Stewart, what happens when he plays more than the 19 minutes a game he got last year, which disqualified him from being able to be on an all-defensive team?
Such a
33
shame.
minutes, 26 points, 14 rebounds, 5 offensive, 3 assists, 4 blocks, just 1 turnover on the night, 9 of 18 from the floor, 2 of 8 from behind the arc. It looked like he was a little bit better from there, but 6 of 6 from the free throw line. Cade Cunningham, though, 33 points on the night, 5 rebounds, 8 assists, just 3 turnovers on the night, so he continues his hot streak as it relates to his assist to turnover ratio. 12 of 20 from the floor, 3 of 6 from behind the arc, 6 of 10 from the free throw line. But what was most important about Cade is when he got it. 19 points in the fourth. We all knew what the deal was. We knew fourth quarter Cade has to be what comes up for these Detroit Pistons, and he absolutely took over. So, you know what? Beef stew all game though. He was just that deal. So
He was.
I can't wait to see how the people go with this thing. But what up, though,
Yeah,
brother?
I mean, I think you have to go Cade Cunningham, in my opinion. You obviously need both of them to get this win tonight. Stu stepping up in Tobias's place did a wonderful job. Did everything you wanted, everything you needed from him. That you gave us Tobias level of scoring with Isaiah Stewart defense. That is a great game.
Talk about it.
But the reason you go with Cade is because we saw it to close that third quarter and stretch that fourth quarter. It looked ugly. This Piston team, when it was tough to get buckets, Cade Cunningham was the one leading the charge, and you need that. You can't win a game entirely off of defense and transition scoring and points in the paint. You have to have some half-court offensive execution, and who did it other than Cade Cunningham all fourth quarter? You don't get this win without him. You don't get this win without either of them. But Cade Cunningham, to me, did exactly what he needed to do. He kept his team involved all game. He kept his team in the game, and then when the time came, he struck.
So I think I can officially say this. The Pistons record is 5-2.
The Pistons record is 5-2.
earlier.
We did
My
not
man
jinx
said,
it.
Hey, we know they're going to get the dub, but we can't count it officially
We
yet.
did not jinx it.
And we didn't jinx it. In fact, this is what I expect. Like how we get excited about the Lions and, they're going to go out there and drub everyone, even though they had a pretty bad loss this weekend, uncharacteristic loss. I'm starting to get that confidence with this Pistons team, who is now 5-2 to start the season. Still very, very early, and other squads are trying to catch the rhythm. But there's a lot of things that we said at the beginning of this year, that the Pistons should be no lower than 5th seed. I think 4th seed should be, like, hosting a playoff series should be a goal. And if you're talking about them being that good and getting this type of Cade Cunningham now on a consistent basis, not to even sneeze at Duran, who 34 points, he still put up 14, 9, 3 on the night. So it's just like, I like what the squad is bringing right now. And when you got your star player in Cade Cunningham, being able to put up the types of games he has in the last 3, think about it. Cade Cunningham's last 3 games have all uniquely been different. One of them where he went out there and put up 18 assists in a game. Tonight where he just said, I'm going ballistic in the fourth quarter and scoring 30-plus in a game. Another where he's just absolutely the only player to put up a specific stat line that he did. Think about that. All 3 different ways that he cerebrally attacked this game, and the fact that he can attack it any way that is needed to be done. League, watch out. This is why the NBA and some of these scouts have been going out there talking about Cade Cunningham as not just an MVP candidate, but the face of the league. They've been talking about who's the face of American basketball for how many years. Yep. They got champions that they're like, I guess we'll let him be like, you could be the filler for now. But I think they're waiting for a guy like Cade Cunningham, bro, to go out there and take it. But they're not going to give it to him. So to see them go out there and have a game like this is reminiscent of some of the other ones I've seen Cade have, where he goes out there as the man, the stuff that we heard, Jeff, we were talking about it before, the stuff that we know Kevin Durant was talking about, like, Cade going toe-to-toe. It was nice to see him come out and pull that out, and it looked effortless. Ja Morant steps up, you're too little. They put a bigger defender on him, I'm going to shoot over you. They put another bigger defender, I'm going to the line, and he hit the 2 free throws down the stretch. I agree with your assessment there. If you're talking about a player of the game, I love everything that Stu brought. I have to create like a new award. The Heart and Soul Award tonight goes to Stu, but the player of the game, that was Cade Cunningham. He sealed that, and we've seen the Pistons lose that same exact type of way. But instead, Cade went out there and said, this is mine.
Absolutely, man. It was a great team with Booth Boys. Where are you at with it? Where are you at there?
Cade
Who's your
or
player of the
Stu
game?
tonight? Stu is being interviewed right now by Natalie Curran. Shout out to Isaiah Stewart for a great game. Set the tone, man. For what he did. But what up, though, Jeff?
Hey, for me, this is what you want to see out of Cade Cunningham. Closer. This is what, kind of, if you see this type of Cade Cunningham in that Knicks series, where he missed that one shot that could have put the game ahead, this is the Cade Cunningham you want to see. He didn't shy away from it. He took over the game. As you said, he scored 9 straight points in a row, 19 points in the fourth quarter. That's Cade Cunningham, the closer, and that's what you want to see. Beef Stew, when his number is called and he has to, get more minutes, he played excellent. And I'm going to also give a shout-out to Ron Holland, the unsung hero. We haven't talked about him yet in this post game, but 14 points and defensively being a pest.
Changed things in that first half.
Absolutely.
He did.
Absolutely.
Before those fouls, he did. Those 12 points in just a matter of minutes, all off of his energy, bro. It wasn't like they were like, let's run a set for Ron Holland. It was all energy plays. Came in and it was getting active, and then we saw Sar Thompson start to get active in the passing lanes too. It's almost as if Ron Holland's energy showed, hey, if we just get active tonight, we can cause some turnovers and get out and play our best offense. So I agree with that, man. You talk about your unsung hero. I'm glad that you pointed that out. What about you, Brendan? Who's your player of the game? If you got an unsung hero, or if you even got your Heart and Soul Award, or even another one you want to bring to the table, man, what up, though?
My player of the game has got to be Cade. When the Pistons started to look a little bad in the third quarter and we ended it on a 12-0 run with Memphis, I started to get a little worried, and I knew there was one guy that can save us right now, and that is Cade Cunningham. And he came out in the fourth, 9 straight points. That's the player of the game. When you know there's only one guy that can save you out on the court right now, and he needs to do it, and he goes and does it, that's going to be the player of the game. He saved us. Isaiah Stewart, amazing game. He kept us in it all game, kept us that lead. It was great from him, but Cade Cunningham, player of the game.
Yo, I like that too, man. I love the enthusiasm. Like I said, again, you've shown all night. And you're right. Yeah, this was one of those statement games, in my opinion, for Cade Cunningham. I don't know what people were expecting coming into this game. But when you have, Ja Morant, Triple J, I don't care about the noise. There's been noise around Ja Morant his whole career. He's won with it. He's lost with it. So that, to me, neither here nor there.
He's a star. No matter what is going on, he's a star.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
Triple J, he's a star. He's someone that's been an all-star multiple times throughout his career. And Cade Cunningham came in here to this game and took it over and said, I'm better than both these guys, and I'm going to show it 100%
Exactly.
today.
Talk, boy.
Exactly.
And you know what? Let me go ahead and read off their stats as well. Jaren Jackson Jr. today. 21 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 blocks for Triple J. He was really one of their most effective players. He shot 57% from the floor, which is better than almost everybody except for, let's see here, Cam Spencer, their guard, 6'4" guard out there. And that's primarily because he went 4 of 6 from behind the arc, and that's all he did. Remember, you were like, yo, that dude just keeps hitting threes. Yeah. That's just because all he took, 6 threes for the game. He hit 4 of them. And that's when you're talking about some of the help that you see some of these other guys have. Off their bench alone, Coward had 3 of 6 from behind the arc, which was ironically the Memphis Grizzlies broadcast. That was their player of the game. He had 17 points. You got Bassey, who I thought played really, really, really physical, 10 rebounds. He was part of the assault on the offensive rebounds, on offensive boards for the Memphis Grizzlies. And then you got to get to Ja Morant, who had 18 points, 10 assists, 6 rebounds, 5 turnovers, 5 of 16 from the floor, just 31%, missed all of his threes, was 8 of 9 from free throw. And we started this stream just before the game got started, and we were talking about leadership. The differences in qualities between Ja Morant, who's kind of already been there, done that a little bit, and Cade Cunningham, who people say, well, he needs to win his first playoff series. No, just a few years ago, the whole narrative about who your next faces of the league were was completely different. Now you go forward 2 years into Cade Cunningham's development, and some of these other players are sinking on their second contracts. So it's just like, if people don't come correct, this is what's going to happen. Do you know how many next faces of the league I'm seeing Cade look way better than? Even your LaMelo Balls, like the Hornets fans, bro. Go somewhere. Hey, to my fam out in Charlotte, I love y'all.
I would die on that hill.
But some of y'all are crazy.
Like,
that's what I'm saying. But think about how many faces of the league. Didn't we just see the Pistons make Orlando look ordinary?
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. But I thought that they got guys who a lot of people want to rank ahead of Cade. That's what I'm saying. And, I want to see them fare much better the next time they play Cleveland. I want to see them fare much, but they usually do. They usually battle with them. But that's what I'm saying. Is like the narratives are just, they're not what they once were. And Cade, I believe, is going to quickly zoom past. If he hasn't already, he's going to make it very clear that, yes, I'm a better player than Ja Morant. I'm a better player than, like we had to actually have this stupid argument about him and Tyrese Halliburton last year. Yeah. He's just a better player. That's just what it is. And he's coming into these matchups now, and he's beating these types of players now. This was a good one, and I love it. What's the iconic moment? I know he hit that 3 right after, but over the taller defender. I like when he saw Ja Morant, and what all of us said. I forgot who even said it. He said, I think it was you. Like, this is the matchup. Yeah. This is exactly what you want. What do you do? Got in. Give a little bit of chicken wing, man. Damn thing.
Just stretch
Some of us can handle that.
Yeah.
But Ja Morant looks like the type of person who leaves a little bit of chicken meat on the bone.
Absolutely.
And I'm just saying, you can't trust those guys.
Don't eat that grizzle.
You can't eat the grizzle, man. My grandma, you're not eating nothing else until you eat the grizzle. It just is what it is. They're not giving you nothing else. So, Ja Morant, bro, that's what I'm saying, bro. My man misses salmon patties and his grits in the morning. If you don't know, my grandma is from the South. So a lot of those references, especially when we play Memphis Grizzlies, it's going to definitely come out. So it's like, what to see Cade go and have that type of a finish. Star on star. We're talking about a guy who just last year said, why can't I be the face of the league? And now, instead of him going out there and just yapping like Ja Morant, I ain't worried about nobody in the West, they just shut up. They went to work, and they're coming out here right now, and they are bossing up. And that's what I like.
And that's exactly why Cade, for a face of the league, especially for the face of American basketball players, is because he doesn't just he's not talking. He's just showing you with his actions what he's doing. He's going out there and taking over. He's going out there and doing things that you've never seen before, but he's not doing it. He's not showboating. He's not, in the media, talking bad on the other players. He just goes out there and plays ball like he's supposed to, and he wins games, and he has huge moments just like today.
This point here, Sean Zanator, and he's brought up some pretty good, I think, objective points on Cade Cunningham tonight. And he states, I want to see him be top 3. And so I think when you got a player like that, you become hypercritical. I look at it more or less along the lines of there's a development timeline, even though some people can get there faster. Sometimes it's just a process. And development isn't just about what the player is. Sometimes development also is about what the coaches do and the team does to put Cade and these other players in their best possible positions to succeed. And he says Cade got flack because he hasn't been consistent enough in crunch time. When you look at the makeup of the team during his rookie season when he was top 5 in the NBA, not amongst rookies, in the NBA in crunch time scoring, what did he have? He had Kelly Olynyk and Jeremy Grant, 2 veteran scorers, and you could say Jeremy was probably the number one on offense, like the scorer.
Absolutely.
Those guys were handling a lot of the load and getting the attention that year. They weren't saying, let's go double team Cade that year. Mm-hmm. So now all of a sudden, if you go and you look at what this team is now, right now, Cade is the man. Who else are you thinking is taking an end of the game shot? If you had the game plan, they call a timeout and you're in the huddle and you're Memphis, are you telling them to go and pay extra attention to anybody else other than Cade and maybe his primary shooter?
No, it's Cade.
That's what I'm saying.
And
That's
what
I'm
right
saying.
now, Duncan Robinson doesn't even put the fear into another team's heart right now to even say go out there and we're gonna pay real close attention, like double team, off the catch or something like that for Duncan Robinson. They're immediately trying to double team Cade as soon as he catches the ball. 2 defenders, and they're always leaving the worst, whoever the worst shooter is. They leave.
They're leaving good ones too. Stu.
Yeah.
They keep leaving Stu.
But what did we see over the last couple games? We saw the Pistons make these tweaks over the last 2 to 3 games. So now they're looking more prepared, and that's what I meant. It's, yes, Cade needs to be more consistent, so he needs to continue to improve, but the coach has to bring in the right designs and plays and get his players ready, because what was one of the things they stated? When J.B. Bickerstaff got here, he made everything clear. We didn't even know certain things to do, certain places to be. Things seem clear now, and you see this team is in better position defensively. This team is in better position offensively. And I think now one of the things they have to solve is 2 of the things. How they defend Cade during the course of a game, and then how you get Cade open at the end of games. Because what's going to wind up happening, you're going to see sometimes you'll see the aggressive doubles and traps, but at the end of games, they usually say, if you get the switch, it's man up. What did you see in those ends at the end of the court? It was man on man for the 3. 1-on-1, man on man against Ja Morant. Man on man when he took them baseline. Man on man when he came in and got the foul. That's the thing. And what winds up happening is, what did they do? There was a couple plays where they were like, oh, Asar got the ball. And I said they're going to run reverse side sets for Cade.